Unchained, Session 6. Alright, what did we do last session?
I remember, if no one else does.
Go for it, man.
Okay, so we searched the vault. We got horn daggers, twilight robes, lots of money, and a book or a tome, whichever you want to call it. We took a long rest. Shu showed up. She brought us back to Knock. I tried to put my hand in as like try to pet Knock, and my hand disappeared, and then I disappeared. Styx explained everything, but then Knock showed a massive hole in his chest, and the wound was left from Nalise, and he was on the search for the seed to heal himself. We all got the wish from Knock. Cassie got a breath weapon and wings. Dom took no wish. I got Cheers Familiar, and Thom got Bardic Inspiration, and we found the owner of the ring. So we saved Nog eventually. We got out of the tail. We met Kelsier, and we gave him the ring.
Yeah, that's actually a pretty good summary of what happened.
We ended the session with half of the party getting drunk and then just retiring to bed.
Yep. Sounds about right. Alright, nice. We love that. Alright. So, that is pretty accurate as to what happened last session. Question. For Deer, does he have inspiration yet?
He does not.
Alright, point of inspiration for Deer.
Double bonus inspiration!
Two inspirations.
Huzzah.
Hey, let's go. Yeah, both your characters have inspiration. We love that.
Oh, yeah.
So does mine. Yeah, I got inspiration for being obstinately in character.
Yeah.
Didn't we have a bunch of rings of protection that Akmarir found and we didn't split them up?
I think he found one. He found one ring of protection and a bunch of potions. That's what he found.
Correct. Those are distributed out between you all.
Okay, I couldn't remember.
Cassie got the ring of protection, and then we all got like 2 potions or something.
Okay.
Yep.
Or one. I don't remember which.
I believe it was 2.
And I nuked my character sheet on accident since then, so I don't have a record of any potions.
Oof.
Uh-oh. That means you didn't get them.
Well, I mean, that's fair, honestly. I usually write everything down on paper in real life, but
yeah.
I didn't this time. And so when I went through the level up wizard, it deleted everything, and I didn't realize that would happen, but I should have.
Oh
no! I mean, it's okay. I'm not gonna do that to you. Like, if I recall the 2 potions and you recall the 2 potions, so you know you have the 2 potions.
And
I mean, the real question is, would Gowan...
Oh, yeah.
50,000.
Also, 50 million gold. How are you going to carry it? I don't. Alright.
Don't need potions. Have cure wounds.
Hey, true.
And rage and sneak attack. Down is the crazy character.
Yeah. I don't need potions. I have healthcare and insurance. Alright. So, anyways. So that has happened to you all. You all take your long rest. And the night passes by uneventfully. You then wake up the following day, and you can hear kind of like the clanging of pans and pots, and you can hear like the very soft sound of something being chopped on a chopping board down below. You can hear the chatter of the tavern goers below as the morning sun rises. You can see the light in your windows kind of start to beam in between the curtains. And you can hear like kind of the hustle and bustle just faintly against the cobblestone outside. Let's see, down, craft the bone okay, so you craft the bone daggers during the long rest. And you got it. You go ahead and you get some bone daggers. Made from... Oh, that's right, they're made from...
Made from somebody's very important horns.
Yeah, it's made from Gerald's horns. Interesting. Okay.
Goodbye, Gerald's horns. Get that out of my inventory. Delete. Huzzah!
Huzzah. Yeah, they're all horns. So, is there anything that you would like to name these horns in particular? I have the stats, but I wanted to leave that open to you because technically they're crafted. You made them.
Righty and lefty. I don't think Down would name them, honestly.
Yeah, they're just daggers.
Yeah.
Okay.
Sure.
So for the time being, then we'll go ahead and call them bone daggers. Please note that they're crafted from Jiral's horns. They will behave as follows. They are +1 daggers.
Ooh.
While you have 2 of them wielded, so both of them are wielded, you can attack with your bonus action like a normal action, so you don't lose the bonuses on your second attack. You still have the same bonuses. In addition, because of the manner of the material itself, are also quite light and aerodynamic, allowing you to throw them. Without disadvantage, you can throw them up to 40 feet, and then at disadvantage, all the way up to 80 feet.
So, this attack still uses strength mod.
So we got a long rest.
Mm-hmm. You all got a long rest. If I'm not mistaken, you guys are level, I want to say 8? Or is it still 7?
I believe we're level 6.
Yeah,
6.
level 6.
Oh, yeah, you're right. Oh, that's right. Yeah, it's only section 6. What was I thinking of? Oh, I was thinking of... Okay, never mind.
And
We're good.
About like 7.
I'll take that level 8.
No.
Never been.
What kind of player would I be if I didn't try?
You know what? I respect it. I respect the hustle. Alright. So you have that. So is anyone else doing anything at this time, as you have now awoken to a new day?
Pretty good.
Hold on. Update.
Whoever is sharing a room with
Oh, that was loud. I didn't hear anything you said.
Oh,
Sorry.
Whoever's sharing a room with Doan realizes that Doan is not using the bed, but is sleeping underneath it.
uh-huh. Okay,
Because
okay.
it's safe.
It's safe underneath the bed, in the darkness. Okay. And then, what is everyone else doing here?
I thought they were a druid, because I think I level on that. So I got to do something about that.
Oh, okay. Are you still, like, taking care of your level stuff?
What?
I didn't catch what you said. All I heard was druid.
Oh, I think I level in druid, so I'll go down and up in druids. See what I can learn.
Oh, okay. So you're looking for some druids, downstairs, like in the tavern.
Yeah.
Okay.
Six is druid.
Oh yeah, Styx is technically a druid.
We love technicalities.
Yeah. I mean, this one's a valid technicality, though. I mean, he is a druid, so he would be the best resource. So you go up to... I'm assuming you just go up to your fellow party member, Styx?
Yep.
Alright. What do you say to him?
I want to, like, try to speak druid to him. Try to. Like a real garbled, like, broken pattern. Hello. I'm trying this now.
He too for with Neko Nathna. I'll speak druidic back at you. I'll ask you in druidic what your actual name is. Now that we are out of the underground and we wake up to the morning's light, perhaps with that light you will share your actual name with us.
I'll freaking not understand you because I'm not good at it.
Nice.
I'm like, you don't know where the bathroom is? I don't go there. A point.
Wait, no, you're Albano.
Very well played, dear.
Donde está la biblioteca?
Look at that. Oh,
That's great.
Cornucopia of the life tree. What was that?
you're with.
Oh.
You think we're reading like from it?
Oh? Yeah. Thank you.
You turn this music up a little bit. There we go.
Oh yeah, the music. That's what it is. I'm listening to the music right now. Make that. I can-
All right.
I'll just kind of wait at the table for the rest of the group to show up.
Okay. And then so that's what Styx, Deer, and Dallin are doing. Kelsier, Tom, and Cassie, what are you all doing?
Kelsey and Tom kind of talked throughout the night about this ring. Would I be able to cast Identify on this ring?
As Kelsier, you mean?
No, as Tom.
As Tom? Yeah. Tom can cast Identify on the ring. He's the monster under the bed.
I think they're just gonna talk, try to. Would I have gotten that, like, information from the Monos
Uh-huh.
about Tom?
Okay. So you revealed that information to Tom then about the Monos. All right.
Well, I mean, like, would I have gotten the information from the Monos about Tom?
No. The Monos
Not
haven't
yet.
told you anything about Tom. Keep in mind the time that in which he is technically escaped from jail. Like there's like practically no time at all. Time was very much altered during the time in the tale.
Yeah.
So word has not spread that far yet.
I feel like throughout the night they were just trying to understand what this ring is. Because Tom never really tried to ask why. That's more of Kelsier's thing.
Okay.
Tom was just kind of followed like orders, kind of.
Yeah. So he was just ordered to bring the ring to him, and now that he's brought the ring to him, neither of them really know what it's for, other than it belongs to Kelsier now, technically.
Yeah.
Okay. And you were casting Identify on it?
Yeah. That's the Tom.
Okay. Okay. And so, you identify this ring, and it doesn't really tell you much. When you cast the Identify spell on it, most of what you gather is like in the form of a voice that's garbled, almost like static, for the most part. It seems kind of strange. You don't quite understand like what's being said, but a little bit of information does come through. The familiar voice of Identify comes to you and simply just says, "Dancing Blade." And then that's it.
I think Kelsier's gonna like reveal that he heard like a voice to Tom. That's like if he Tom just never. It's never like activated for him. So they're just. I think they're just mostly going to be like stumped with this item.
Okay. And so then, do you stay in your room or do you go downstairs or?
Yeah. I feel like we'll both go downstairs.
Okay. You make your way downstairs and you join the rest of your party. Welcome back, Dom. You return back with your party downstairs to enjoy some meals or drinks, whatever you may desire. Cassie, what do you do at the start of your morning?
Me?
Yep, you.
Yeah, I get up and I wander downstairs and I join them at the table and I order some breakfast.
Okay. One of the barmaids come up to you and they say, "How can I help you?"
Give me your most filling breakfast.
Right away. And then she scurries away over to the back where the bar is, and walks back into the kitchen.
He comes back with rocks. It's the elemental breakfast.
Hey, yeah, elemental breakfast. Part of a growing Goliath's breakfast. Wait, so question. So this is just a curiosity that just crossed my mind and now I can't shake it. Goliaths, oftentimes or sometimes are like literally just rocks, like, or at least have rock-like skin on the outside. If they eat rocks, would that be cannibalism?
Well, you eat meat, right?
Yeah.
You're made of meat, right?
Yeah.
Is that cannibalism?
So,
Oh my god, we're cannibals!
No.
We're
Okay.
carnivores.
Oh, okay.
We're carnivores.
Okay, carnivores.
no, it's like if the Goliaths are granite, but they're eating limestone, then that just means they're apex rock eaters.
They're eating inferior rock.
We're saying we're carnivores is just what the top tier cannibalists want you to believe.
Honestly,
We are made of meat. We eat meat. That makes sense.
Uh,
The only reason cows eat grass is because they got 4 whole stomachs, so they can survive that bullshit.
wait a second. So wait, top tier cannibalism implies that there's ranked cannibalism. Does
No.
anyone-
Unranked
Oh,
implies the ranked.
all I'm saying is, I mean, like, I wonder who the rank 1 cannibalist is, or cannibal.
I believe his name was Jeffrey Dahmer.
Oh shoot! What a legend. All right. Anyways,
That's what they want you to think.
Jesus.
yeah,
What's
this
happening?
Gee,
Oh.
this is a D&D stream.
is, I'm sure this isn't TOS. I'm sure this is fine. All right.
I mean, we're about to find out.
Yeah, we're about to find out. Anyways, this has been real, guys. Like,
No, this is good fun. It's
yeah,
a-
this is awesome. Anyways, so you all gather together at the same table, kind of like so, down below in the bottom right, and you plan what will come next, what you will do, at the start of your day as you are discussing among each other while having a meal.
That is the big question. What is next? I feel that we did not expect to get out of there. We thought we might still be prisoners. Now that we are free, we are adrift in the open sea. Do not know where to go. Have no heading, if you will.
Daun is curious about one thing. We have saved enough, yes? This is what we did?
Yes.
What has changed?
Let's go find out.
Are the gods still gone?
What is this? Is almost meta, but like Down's just breaking into this curiosity.
Don becomes a philosopher.
Why?
I feel like that's the only path forward for true neutral characters. It's either feel nothing or become endlessly curious.
Yeah. Constantly asking what and why. All the W's.
What has changed?
Where?
Are the gods still gone? Kelsier, you are here. You have fought the Nihil. The Nihil did not exist before the gods. The gods are gone, right?
That's not what my title says.
That's what I'm saying. That's what I'm saying in and out of character.
So why don't you describe me what you know about this said unchanged world? Can I maybe do differences? If they say anything?
Well, that's where things get interesting. So you guys can go back and forth. Kelsier, I will tell you what you know as truth about your world.
Secrets?
Well, I mean, you guys can go back and forth. This is a conversation happening at your breakfast table. I'll just let you know if there's something that you should know, Kelsier.
I'm just gonna
topic and has nothing to add. Like a true philosophy major.
damn.
Styx is from a pretty far away land.
Here, go ahead. Yeah.
Styx is from a pretty far away land, so I don't know too much of the area.
Okay. So, Don, did you have any questions for Kelsier?
I believe I presented those.
Okay. So you were
okay. So specifically, gods are dead. Yes or no?
Kelsier, you know that. One moment, please.
Not the music.
Music changed.
No! Mom, pick me up!
Pick me
Oh
up,
my
I'm
lord!
scared. Kelsier, you're confused by what he's saying. There is one god that currently lives out of the three ancients. Currently, as far as you know, Nelis and Taith are gone, and the only standing god, the god of Initia, is Nock.
Oh, we saved Nock, but not the other two.
Okay, What do you mean by dead gods? There's only one.
What is the name of this one god who lives? Tell me. I'm making a guess. I'm thinking his name is Nock.
Yes. That is him.
I'll
Or at least the important one.
smile and look at the rest of the group. I'll just kind of close my eyes and reach out. I'm not even in the Fae, so I don't even know if this will work. Can I feel anything, sense anything, tree of life, anything like that?
It's interesting that you mentioned that. You do feel something. It is up in the air.
I'll go
So
outside. I'll step outside or to a window and look up, see if I see anything.
Okay.
So, Percy, would there be a, for example, a traveling hospital?
It's funny you should mention that. As Styx looks outside the window, Styx, you see a enormous landmass floating above head. There's just an endless web of vines and roots that are spread across the underside of this floating island. It's enormous. It actually casts a pretty large shadow above head. To put it in perspective, one moment as I pull you all to a different map. Oh shoot, I don't have it here for Unchained. Okay, one moment as I pull it up to show you scale and reference as to what I'm talking about.
So real quick, is like rock still in this world? Like the traveling?
You don't know.
Traveling homeboy.
Traveling homeboy.
I wouldn't have the card still, or what?
Oh,
because
wait.
I have his card.
I see. From Kelsey's perspective, yes, you know that rock still exists.
Okay.
One moment as I'm pulling up maps.
I'll try and be better about what perspective I'm speaking from.
Yeah.
Well, now's a good time
It's like,
to get a voice.
Yeah.
Yep. Uh-huh.
yeah, I just got.
You don't have to speak in a funny voice. An affectation will do.
Like, what do you mean?
Like, if you like, let's say your character looks down his nose at everybody. Maybe he speaks in like the royal we, you know? Not suggesting that. It's just something I ran into recently.
Yeah.
The royal we.
Yeah.
The fall.
Leviosa.
Maybe your character talks the same way that like Jester does and repeats words because they're affecting a translated accent. You know what I mean?
Okay.
Yeah.
And so. So here we are. If you all could see the region map here, you're all currently in Rubica right now, and this island that is casting a massive shadow that you can sense overhead sticks. I will give you reference. It is roughly this big.
Oh,
Jesus Christ. Okay.
And it floats overhead, and roughly the center of the southern spine.
literally
35 feet across.
It's not 35 feet across.
Whoa.
Okay, that's first of all to scale. So 1 inch is 1 mile. So
Yeah. So to give you an idea, for example, the distance from here. Hold on, let me pull out the ruler. The distance. Don't use the distance that actually says here right now, but the distance between like the northern outskirts of Port Akron to the southeast outskirts of Rubica, like to the coast, essentially. That's essentially like roughly 120 miles.
Okay.
There's a lot of distance between the two. And so then if you compare it to that, it's more than 120 miles wide, this island that's floating above head. It's enormous.
I'll look to Kelsey and see, has that always been there?
It has. What you know, Kelsier, is that it often travels around, but not just like floating around, like flying across the sky. It just kind of like teleports in and out.
So is this only like a southern thing, or does it also teleport to like the northern hemisphere?
the 180 miles. I did the math.
Thank you. Yeah. Yeah, so it's just shy of 200 miles wide. So you know that this island here, it teleports all around Initia.
Okay.
It's giant, it flies, and it teleports.
Yep.
Ominous.
It is my guess, much similar to when Feywild Noct had a floating island above the Feywild. I believe that this is the domain of Noct, and that the Tree of Life is there as well. I can sense the tree. I am just speculating, of course.
The Dree had two halves in the world we were just in. I'm barely doing the accent. So where's the other half?
Did I sense it at all?
Yes, you did sense it.
Yes.
So you sense that there is another large landmass on the other side of the planet. It's faint, but you can feel it there.
Oh Lord. I'll explain
damn.
I'll explain that to the group.
Okay. Does anyone react?
Stories are real. What Shu said to me was real about the boy and the island. I understand.
You all act like this is new, confusing. What was it like before?
What it was like
Yes.
before is that everyone hated one another, and then the gods killed each other, and there were no gods, and then there was remnants, and this remnant of the gods was like a god stone, and yeah. I explained.
Are
it
we-
was kind of
Are we
of the
still?
gist.
Are we still remnant
Yep.
touched?
Yep.
Okay.
Remnant touch and remnant still exist. Kelsier, from your history, you understand that that remnant was left behind. Two of the gods did indeed disappear, and as a result, left these remnants behind. And it was through the help and guidance of Nock that you were able to learn and harness and flourish even more than before. Basically, he helped with the reformation of civilizations and has provided essentially like a place of refuge and care. Basically, like these islands that exist, these two islands that float above the planet, provide not only aid to civilizations that need it, but it's also kind of like a church, basically like a large think of like the Roman Catholic Church. Like
I was about to say this. 5 assholes just showed up to Kelsier and was like, "Yeah, we were there when Jesus got resurrected."
yeah, yeah. Basically, that's essentially yeah.
I mean, the only reason he believes it is because he also went through like a time thing.
Ooh.
Mhm.
I didn't know Kelsier was aware of the time thing.
He's partly aware,
Yeah.
not like whole time and stuff, but maybe like locations and stuff.
Yeah, he has technically experienced something similar. So it is plausible to Kelsier.
Curiosity breaking through. Is Fexnar kind of also aware of the time stuff going on?
No, Fexnar is unaware of the time stuff. He was not involved in any time stuff. Yep.
Even though he had contact with Lydia back 2
Yeah,
sessions.
he did have contact with Lydia, but he didn't receive enough information, and she technically didn't tell him that they went back in time. All she said was that
Fair.
she was far away. So, like, as far as he knows, like, they just went somewhere far, but he doesn't realize that they literally went back in time. She wasn't
That is
very
perfectly satisfying to me.
yeah. She wasn't very clear about it when she talked about it.
Neither was Fexnar.
Yeah. To be fair, she's 10.
To be fair, Fexnar has emotional issues.
Understandable.
So then, Kelsier, tell me. Daun mentioned earlier, but I'm curious. The old gods, such as Moradin and myself, the Morrigan, do they still exist?
I think you got it backwards. Those were
Those,
new gods.
yeah, they're the new
Never
gods.
knew that.
Oh, the new gods. Do they still exist? Has none of this changed?
They do. They do exist. The way that it's organized now, instead of them being the new gods, so basically, like if you think of like Nock as like the major pantheon, all of the new gods that exist, so basically all the gods of 5e, they are of the minor pantheon under Nock. So basically, Nock is essentially like the big honcho of deities, and they are
It's like
all
Nock
also
is like a
deities.
god.
Yep.
And
He's
then
the
they're like
Zeus
his
of Mount
angels.
Olympia. He's the Zeus of Mount Olympia.
Essentially, yeah.
Gotcha. None of the other gods, they don't want the thunderbolt. So they're like, okay, Zeus, whatever you say.
Correct.
Dude, that gives me such a weird connotation after seeing the Thor movie.
Yeah.
To the new Thor movie, you just forget that you watched it, bro.
Damn.
Just
I
let's forget
forgot
that.
it existed, and I forgot to remember to watch it. So
It's just a big comedy, dude. It's just a big. Anyway.
So good.
However, there's one truth that you know that's like almost common knowledge to all of Initia now at this point. What you know, Kelsier, is that Nock, as he had incorporated the new gods and took them in under his wing, and as his minor pantheon, you know that he made an example of one god that stood against him, and that was Tyr.
I'm just gonna kind of give them all this history lesson, because I mean they just might not know anything.
Classroom, Papa teach.
can confirm Daun knows nothing.
Great question.
As in Tyr, yeah.
Yep.
100%.
What do you do to
No-
Tyr?
Yeah, what did
No
you
more
do?
crying.
Oh,
Instead of him crying, that's what he did.
so what did he do to Tyr?
Yeah.
He took
No,
Tyr.
I'm playing it. I mean, character. Like me as a person, that's playing it.
Oh, okay. So in character, as you ask, like, what happened to Tyr? Tyr essentially disrespected Nock in front of his court as he had began to offer like his food. Basically, like he invited them all to essentially dinner, so to speak. And Tyr was the one who stood up and thought everything was bullshit and began to disrespect him in his own home at his dinner table, and as a result turned him into dinner. He beheaded him there and cooked him and prepared him as a meal, and then had first bite of Tyr.
That was good.
I just look on horrified. And then, like, Cassie wonders to herself, like, I wonder how a god tastes.
That
In
part
this
you
world,
Daun is also thinking this question.
is Tyr
They
It's
got
not-
the They got the fed, dude.
is not benevolent and kind, Kelsier?
Yes, Kelsier. From as far as you know, Nock has been very kind to his people. He's very much not everyone could be saved, but he always focuses on the greater good and the good of the many over the good of the few. That is his prioritization, is what will essentially save the most amount of people. Thus is why he has these two floating islands on opposite ends of the planet that constantly like travel around. They teleport in unison with each other to provide aid on both sides of the world. Yes, you would be the few, Dom. But yeah, as far as you know, Kelsier, you've lived a happy life. You're quite content. As you know, you have a family and kids. You and your wife have had a great life together. You've never had any issues, and you've never heard of anyone really like having any suffering. Honestly, the times of famine in the past and political strife, all of that, it's gone. It doesn't exist.
Feel actual pain in my chest right now.
I can't speak.
Yeah. Do you have a question for me as a player?
What the fuck?
I gotta mute myself.
Okay.
So, how does he feel about the whole Tails thing?
The Tails thing.
Did that never? Because like what we were talking about, like that happened, because that's how I can kind of understand like what's going on with them.
Yep, that is correct. Allow me to explain what has happened. Meet me in secrets, Kelsier.
What do you do? What do you do to me, little bitch? What do you do to me?
All right, allow me to.
What do you do to my favorite character?
So allow me to explain. They did. So long story short, another time shift has occurred. I'm trying to keep it vague and limited, but another time shift has occurred, in which this has actually affected Kelsier and his backstory. Specifically, your lover from your past never died. You and her successfully managed to escape from basically your father escaped from that town, and you lived a happy life. You found initially a nice place to settle down, specifically in Thalos, before finally having to move to the Southern Spine, specifically to Rubica, because your father found you eventually. Your father found you, and instead of killing you, killing your wife, or anything like that, no, he didn't do any of those things. What he did do was give you an offer, a deal you could not refuse. His offer was this, was to take a quest given by Tara Merriman to escort her to Bastion so that she may attend the meeting discussing the future of the Southern Spine. However, your ulterior motive for being there, the reason that your father sent you there, was to kill Skylar Shepard. However, the events of A Band of Blades are still the same. Is that
Who's Skylar Shepard again?
Skylar Shepard is the Chancellor of Bastion.
Oh, okay, I thought she had a different last name.
Yep.
Okay.
And to give you a reminder, Bastion is basically like the home front, like basically like the first line of defense against Thalos. Like they're basically the border city. And so that was his request of you, is to kill Skylar Shepard. Now here is how that went down. You did not kill her. However, what you did do was keep her trapped in the palace as everybody else was escaping. There wasn't time to find her, otherwise the majority of you would die. So had to abandon her behind. And instead of who was it? Instead of Zeal asking the King of the Unwanted to do something, you were the one who requested the King of the Unwanted to do something. And that is when he demolished all of the palace of Bastion. And those are the only alterations to the past. Well, I say the only, but they're pretty major. In exchange, your father left you, your wife, and your children alone, so that you may live peacefully in Rubica. In the meantime, you have been under the service of Tara Merriman, which you now know is in deep ties with your father's mafia, with the Mandaragan family. Do you see where this is going now?
Yeah.
Yep. And that is why you work under her.
So, what's up with the whole big deal about the tail? What happened there?
The tail? She still wants you to dispose of the tail. Or rather, at least that means of accessing the tails.
How do I feel about it? Because I didn't really have a high praise of Knock when that whole situation happened.
So here is what you know now. Here's what's interesting, is that this discus that she refers to as the tails is different from what you know about the tails. There's something odd that just stands out in particular. You always knew the tails as the 6 tails. However, when she referred to this item as a means of accessing the tails, you see there are 7 ports to access on this disc.
So am I still able to access one? Because she gave me that stone?
You can access one. You do not know which tail it is. You were only there briefly.
So we didn't go through, we didn't insert the stone or anything?
Well, you inserted the stone, you did go through, but you were only there a brief period of time before... you, as Kelsier, are pretty sure who it was that you talked to. But in terms of everyone else, they do not know. But that person, you know who I'm talking about, has stopped you as you were trying to explore that tail, and basically told you to turn around and leave, and you were forcefully kicked out of the tail. But it is there. You know how to make the key. You could still go back there.
Okay.
And that is what you know.
Do I do it? Does like... I guess I'm wondering how this works with like... I think it's like Pew.
Ah,
Because that...
yes.
That's what fate... That's interesting.
Yeah. I mean, your character... Neither of your characters know who
No.
Pew is.
No. But
Yeah.
I'm just talking like above board.
Oh, yeah, above board? That is an interesting question, isn't it?
Does Kelsier, like... Does he feel anything's, like, wrong? Because, I mean, like, there's... You know?
Well, he definitely
Even
feels
like
that a
this-
lot is wrong. Like, this... I mean, like, everybody paints this world as a utopia. But you definitely sense that there is most certainly something wrong. A lot of the populace feels that something's wrong. It's just one of those things where you feel something is wrong, but you don't see anything outwardly wrong. You know what I mean?
But I definitely, like, feel that. Like, I
Yeah.
would convey that.
Yeah, 100%. You feel like something is very wrong. I mean, you're very happy, you're very grateful that, like, you know, you, your wife, and your children can live a peaceful life. But you most certainly can tell, like, at large, there is something very wrong.
So do I still have that kind of negative connotation
with
to
Terra
that person in the tail?
in the
Not
tail,
with Terra, but like in the tail.
in the tail? Yes, you have a negative connotation with the person in the tail. You feel that they are pulling strings, a lot of them. And although everything seems fine for the normal populace, you feel like the means to getting there and the means of maintaining it are not as innocent as it seems.
Okay.
All right. And I mean, I hope you're okay with this. I had this twist like in my back pocket for a while. If you need me to change it at any time, like if you're not comfortable with this, like let me know.
I like it for like right now. But like I still do like that other backstory. You know what I mean?
Yeah. And don't worry,
So,
this is not permanent. That's all I can say.
Yeah. That's why I'm like, okay,
Yeah.
I know you got a plan.
Yeah. No worries. This is not a permanent thing. I can't say more than that.
So, I guess one last question.
Sure.
If I showed them the disc,
Mm-hmm.
would they kind of recognize it's a tail thing?
Only one way to find out.
Okay. I'll move this back.
All right.
You kind of got options if you want to use your bonus action to swing
Okay,
again.
What is all this?
Oh, I'm
We're
just showing off my
discussing
stuff.
mechanics.
Oh, okay.
Yeah. We're not actually doing anything, I'm just showing things.
I was like, damn, a bar fight?
Hey,
Yeah, we're doing a bar fight right now.
It would be more like a bar massacre. Let's be honest.
We're like, how should I come out swinging is basically what we're looking at.
She had a question with extra attack, which led to other stuff. That brand of castigation's a whole new thing that you do when you hit people, but I think you can only use it so many times.
Yeah, exactly. That one's another one where I can take off
That's a one timer. That's a one timer. But you want to save that for a boss kind of guy.
Or if it's funny.
Yeah.
Both
Yeah.
are valid.
The one I liked was this that I got, because this was what I was trying to, the whole thing that I wanted.
That's cool.
Yeah. Okay, we can continue. We were just
So
showing.
that thing I was telling you to do first things,
Yeah.
that's right there. And that extra D6 damage you're doing, now you can re-roll 1s and 2s on it.
Perfect. Okay, cool.
I think that's what that is. Well, it's
I'm-
the Crimson
I'm
Rite of
very
Flame. Yep.
concerned. I'm very concerned that Star and Percy came back so quiet.
Well, I mean, y'all were talking about like extra attacks and shit, and I was like, okay.
I'm
I
chilling.
mean, respect sees respect, you know.
I'm not gonna interrupt. Be like, guys, I found this out.
Yes, please interrupt.
Please do. I'm actually
Nail biting
Trying.
right now.
only internally though.
We're just trying to distract ourselves till we get the news.
Deer gave me the
So-
help action, and Styx rolled a 28 perception to hear what was going on in secrets. So go ahead and tell me.
I mean, unless you can hear the voice in the sky, I mean. Anyways, go ahead,
Is
Kelsey.
it sticks elevated, sir? Just dust off my lawyer's rule.
Tom's just noisy, so we give him a bardic inspiration on top.
Oh my god. Well, you know what? I'm gonna go ahead and take all your notes and your book of torts, and I'm gonna go ahead and torch that, Mr. Rules Lawyer. No.
Oh dang! All my power.
Kelsey will share what he's ready to share.
All right.
So, enough of my world. Obviously something changed. And I kind of just point up something big.
What kind of big?
The hospital.
Yeah, I think he means the continent in the sky.
Well, let's go fix it.
No.
So
no.
here's the
Let's
question.
understand what's happening first.
Here's the question. What's the difference in y'all's world
What's
from
different?
mine?
The difference
not
is that
fair.
Nock is not alive.
Oh, what?
I thought it was not Unchained.
Hold on.
They all three died.
They all three died. Then it was a clash.
Yeah,
The clash happened, and all three got the neck to neck foot created remnant.
yeah.
In this world, it seems that Nock is very much alive and has succeeded in his goals.
Well, let's say we kill Nock. Does that fix the problem?
Time out, we just saved Nock.
Well, I mean, you know, I got you. I pat you.
That was why I asked Kelsier if Noct was benevolent and kind. Perhaps in this world things are different, but it appears As then once he was kind, he is kind again in this world. I do not think we need to kill him.
Okay, point of lore. This world was not always a desert scape, right?
Correct. It was not always a desert scape.
So Nock
Is it a
is
desert scape
still
right now?
around. And
And that's a good question. So, the city of Rubica looks like this now.
Great.
Okay.
Rubica is
I'll see
lush
it
and
in a
green
minute.
with many fields. It's actually quite prosperous as it's a port city.
Oh. So things are better.
things are better here.
And that's rules. The gods rule and the gods know nothing.
You mentioned something about Dawoon, about people coming to your house and saying that they are preaching the new Lord's gospel, yes? Something like that? I cannot remember the way you worded it.
Who are you
I
asking?
actually have
Down.
no idea what you're talking about.
Okay. Something about people coming to your house and yelling something crazy about, I can't remember what, but basically, Kelsier, this is what I can tell you. In apparently a different time, we were prisoners. Part of what the prisoners did was go underground to some sort of cavernous dungeon area where we were monitored, rated on our performance, and expected to keep performing. Our adventures led us to a kind of mystical place where we found a book. And the book teleported us to I think it was the Feywild, where we were tasked with the mission by Taith to save Nock. And we saved Nock, but not the way that Taith wished. And then Nock asked us to heal him from a curse from Nalis. So we did this. Our reward for doing such things you see upon us now. And also, we earned our safe passage back here to you. The reason you were chosen was because of this man over here, Thom, had some ring he was interested in confronting you about.
It was a family ring.
So now, we find ourselves here. The world has changed, the gods are different, and there's big floating island of Nock, 2 of them, that have something to do with the great tree of life.
Would Kelsey know if the depths here are the same, or no?
It's funny that you should mention that. The depths do exist. The depths specifically are, as a result, like, for example, the clash and the tectonic plates and all that, that did still occur. That still did change, but Nock was kind of like a forerunner for the reformation, as kind of like repaying all of life, essentially, for the damage that he had caused in fighting them. And in the end, built up Initia for the better. However, there were ruins and such that still remain. That part is still true. The depths still has horrible creatures down below and a magical cavern that does constantly change and shift down below. However, none of Nock's ruins are down there. Or rather, none of the current ones. There are old Nock ruins that are underneath, but primarily all of what's left of Taith and Nalis's ruins are buried below. So, short answer, yes. The depths do exist, but they exist to a different context.
So, has it been researched throughout, or how would I know this? Because I thought this was just a prison thing.
It is a prison thing. It is still currently currently still being mapped. It's still being researched. a lot is still unknown about what is down there. And the more prisoners they send down there, the more they realize how little they know about the depths. Think of it like a Mariana Trench, so to speak, of land. So it's still a location that is very much strange. Very little is understood about it, but it's still very much used as punishment for prisoners of the Southern Spine.
A isolated area at the bottom of Mariana's Trench. Is that Bioshock?
Probably.
I wondered. I was kidding.
So this is the interesting part. The book we found that took us to this Feywild, where we changed the course of history and altered this very world we stand upon now, was just one of many books. Perhaps if we picked up a different book, things would be completely different in this world. Perhaps if we were able to return to that place, what kind of tales could we create?
That is the question. The book we found was the only book we could open. All the other books were not alive with the god's light.
Then, perhaps
what has
now,
changed?
perhaps things are different now.
Look, maybe taste still down.
Yeah. Now you
Is that fucking Dark Gyarados still there? That thing was scary as shit.
No.
I'm just throwing out thoughts that I'm having.
Yeah.
I
So
say
you
we
never-
go down.
You said this book. You opened it, and what happened?
We were
Like,
transported to
jumped
the,
in like it was a portal to a new world or something.
to the Feywild in a time of Taith and Noct, and perhaps Nelise, though we did not encounter her or him. We did meet Taith, and we did meet Noct.
There's then a circle of statues carved from the remnant. I guess.
Kelsier is just gonna stand up, and he's just gonna just say, "Come with me," and he's gonna walk up to his little room in the inn.
Yeah, we're sitting down here.
Ayo.
We're sitting down here in the inn room talking about gods and shit.
Yeah.
Nobody cares. It's the morning.
Yeah, it's the morning. Everybody's too hungover for this shit. They're not even paying
Everybody
attention.
showed up for the muffins and waffles and the nothing else because that's all you get at a hotel breakfast.
Yeah, they're here for the continental breakfast and to get out. Alright. And so you're escorting them back up to your room?
Yes,
All
but
right.
I'm gonna say, one requirement: Shu does not come in.
That is okay. And he just like sits his large rump down outside next to the door.
Yeah, Peyton on shoe.
Kush.
Shu, why don't you go downstairs? I worry that you might break through some stuff, considering your size and stature.
Understood. Shu is very fat. And then Shu kind of just like pouts a little bit as he like clomps his way back down.
I'm gonna bring him on in, and then. So, do we know, or could Kelsier find out if Shu can hear through deer?
He does not know.
Is there any way we can find out or do something?
Try asking him.
Boy, it's good enough for Shu, it's not good enough for me.
Basically, like he's trying to ask you, dear, if you're able to like communicate to each other telepathically.
I don't know.
Uh, so
Why don't you try it?
You just who knows?
all right. So like, do you just like kind of like try to imagine like speaking to Shu?
Yeah, try.
Okay. What do you try to imagine? What do you try to imagine saying to Shu?
I'll see if like I can tell Shu to come here and just bust through the door, even if it's stay out.
All right. You tell Shu to come here, and then you can hear like the sound of the metallic hooves and legs moving, clump, 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 as it starts to get closer to the door.
Fuck.
I'm like, I guess that's the biggest answer.
I'm sorry, say again? Your voice cut out.
Oh, I said, I guess the answer is a big yes. You can hear through me.
Dear, will you?
Go play with you? Yeah. Yeah, guys, just yes. Just get out, Yeah. I know where I'm not welcome. So I just exit and go down and grab Shu on the way. But come on, we're going downstairs.
Okay. She like looks over at you, dear, and he looks at you for a long time, and then she says, "Would you like to ride on my back?"
Yeah.
Okay. And he like lowers himself down a little bit enough for that you can climb up onto his back.
I'll hop on.
And then he goes ahead and he kind of like wobbles around and clumps back down the stairs. Clump, 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 clump. And now the tavern goers can see like you, dear, are just like riding on top of Shu as you make your way back over to the to your seats. All right.
Whenever he leaves, Kelsey's gonna close the door, and then he's gonna pull out, I guess, his book. Does this look familiar at all?
Can you describe the book a little?
It's just like it's a disc, right?
Yep, it's a disc.
It's a disc, and you can see like 6 imprints you can kind of put a stone into.
Okay.
Does not sound familiar.
So, sorry, go ahead, Sticks.
So doesn't look familiar.
Oh, okay. So, you all can see that on this disc, there are 7 indentations equidistant from each other.
6 now.
Well, you know as the 6 tails.
Okay.
But
okay.
the disc that Tara showed you had 7 indentations in it, even though she called it the tails. So in this disc in particular, it has 7, all equidistant from each other, and they have certain sigils carved into each and every one of the indentations. Everyone here, other than Kelsier, roll me history checks.
Everyone but Kelsier. Okay.
Yeah, Tom can also roll a history check.
I get advantage.
What if I'm not proficient?
You may still roll history. This is just to recall details.
Okay.
Alright. Donde está Deer?
Dear.
He's downstairs. He's not here, isn't he?
No, he's not.
Oh, yeah, you're right. My bad. Okay, yeah, that was my mistake. I almost fucked up.
Elsier kicked him out.
Yep, that is true.
Yeah,
Alright.
Because are kicking out of the room.
Damn.
It's
So,
got enough for pop. I'm not going to pure pop anymore.
I'm getting a bit warm in here.
Oh, the bedroom all over again.
his dog.
oh god.
His dog not allowed to be in the bed.
Oh, it's going to be a whole argument. We'll talk about that during sessions.
So, Cassie and Styx, with your history checks, you note that you look at it and the object in itself doesn't look familiar to you, but as you look at more of its details, you realize this does seem really similar, especially the sigils. As you can't recall all of them, but you can recognize that some of them match up to the sigils you saw on the statues of the 7 tails.
So, based on that, what tail did we go to on his disc? What statue? Because it was at a statue. What statue did we find our tail at?
The statue that you found your tail at was here. Hold on, I have to actually show you the actual 7 tails here. Was this one in particular. So if he's holding the disc upright with the if he's holding disc upright as displayed, kind of similar to what you see on the map here, the tail you went to was this one.
So, if you don't mind me asking, which one did Kelsier go to?
The one that Kelsier went into was this one.
Okay.
So on his disc, I'll show him the upper left one. This is where we found Taith's tail, but somehow Noct came out the winner, apparently. I think if I had not saved Noct at the end, perhaps it would have been different.
We may never know.
Indeed. So tell me this, Kelsier, since I have really told you everything we know. Why is Shu not allowed in here?
I'm gonna point to my area on the disc. And I'm gonna I'm gonna say I don't know where I went. I tried. I ended up going somewhere. Like through a waterfall, falling down and down. And I didn't know this at the time, but Noct found me. And in my opinion, he seems like someone who is pulling all the strings he can. And I don't know how I feel about that. Brought me back here. And ever since then, I've just had a feeling. People won't admit it, but they feel like something's
Too perfect?
Say again?
Too perfect.
Yes.
Is too good to be true. I feel like whenever there's just one person and no one is in competition of this one person, that the one person can get away with almost anything. But then why did you tell me that Noct was benevolent and good?
To his people. That's not a personal opinion.
And if someone was not a person of Noct, what would they say of Noct? If I do not follow him, what would my opinion be in this world, Kelsier?
I mean, you see these great giant hospitals. These great giant places where people can be okay. Is there a lot of people that aren't Noct around here, Percy?
That is a good question. That is the $1 million question. What you know, Kelsier, from your time period, is that there are those who are against Noct. Those who are in the minor pantheon, which is essentially all of the 5e gods and goddesses, except for Tyr, are all under him. So followers of them, they follow, some willingly, others, many others in fact, begrudgingly follow, really because they don't have any other choice. In addition, there is a faction that opposes the gods greatly. In fact, they embrace technology and have used the remains from both Taith and Nalise as a fuel, a means of fighting the gods. They literally have turned godstones into god-fighting weapons and machines of war. This faction,
God killers.
yep, they are god killers. They are known as the Peaks.
But what about around here?
Around here, there are in fact people who are against Nock. There are factions all over Initia that hold this value true. The Peaks.
I mean, is it like wide known in the city? Those, or is it
It's-
kind of just like
It's kind of murmured among people. In fact, you know that even mention of Peaks is enough to send you to prison.
Oof.
It's not something that you like just casually mention in the streets. You've actually seen in your own experience, like in bars and such, like someone just like saying it, like while they were like belligerent, just like mentioning the name, they were taken away, and you've never seen them since.
nobody around here is going to tell you bad things? And I don't know about you, but that doesn't seem right. He told me last night. Shu is a... what, champion? I don't know if they told me that, but some sort of creature of Nock.
They did mention that.
Who's a good shoe?
I don't
Good shoe.
trust that. If your world can change so drastically, what's to say that the people I love, me, have changed?
I will pull out a rock and put it on the table at your room we're sitting around. This rock comes from the very place, the cradle of Nock, if you will. When Nock was greatly wounded, there was a plant. Looked like a man-eater. It was within this plant that he was able to heal himself from Nelisa's great curse only after I healed the plant. This rock comes from that very place. Perhaps this rock might serve as a guiding stone to get back to that place, should we ever need to confront Nock where he is most vulnerable.
I think Kelsey's just gonna try and pick up the stone and see if anything happens.
I will snatch that shit right from your hand before you grab it.
Okay.
This is my rock.
This is my rock.
You should ask before you just take things that belong to people.
Fair.
Considering I
I just-
just met you last night.
I mean, there must be... You trust him, don't you? I'll just kind of... I'll kind of just
Trust
nudge
you.
my head over to Tom.
Indeed. We have gone through many a battle together, saved each other's lives, and more.
So you ask all these questions, but what are you trying to do? Are you just
Right.
trying to gain an understanding?
Find our way.
May I see the stone? I'm not going to keep it. I just want to...
I'll begrudgingly slide it over to him.
Okay.
I'll just kind of pick it up gently.
Interesting. All right. And so, you pick up the stone, and your vision is suddenly no longer your own. One moment, please. Dun.
Can I like talk while these visions are happening?
You most certainly can try.
I mean like outwards, like to the actual world, not the vision world.
You most certainly can try.
Okay.
All right. And so, your vision is somewhat blurry, haze. It's almost like you're looking through like a filter of purple and green. You can hear kind of like this strange like wet sound and like the sound of fibers moving as you're kind of trying to make sense of the world around you. As you try to open your eyes wider to kind of see more clearly, you can feel some resistance there. However, you're not the one actually trying to move. It's more of like you're inhabiting someone else's vision, and this is what they're trying to do. Until you can kind of hear, it's almost like the sound of like fibers splitting, like from like a really thick like stem. It's like you're trying to split them forcibly. You hear crack as they finally open, and now your vision is clear, as if looking through green stained glass. As you're now looking around, your vision flicks from left to right. It's very clear. The only difference is that the color in which everything is just green. But you can make out shapes and sizes of things, and depth perception is still just fine. The only difference is the color. As you now can see several people dressed in garbs and robes. You can see sigils upon each of their backs, upon their chests, of a head with his mouth wide open. You know, going back and forth. You can see strange pods being taken back and forth. You can hear groaning in each and every one of them as they're bringing them back and forth. You can see that there are also similar pods through a threshold leading into a hallway, also moving back and forth. And finally, you can see someone who isn't familiar in face, but familiar in voice as they approach you. You see it's a very small cat-like man, almost seems like a tabaxi, but very much more cat-like than tabaxi. Standing at about 2.5 to 3 feet tall. Can't really tell from your angle, from your perspective. You loom quite a bit higher than this creature. But he looks up at you with a big, toothy grin as he places one paw upon your underside. You can feel it. It feels cold to the touch. As he then says, "And how is my dear prize doing?" Good. And he kind of gives little tiny scratches to the underside of whatever you are. As suddenly you can hear the cracking of more fibers as its jaw opens wide, and now in your vision you can see some strange liquid is beginning to kind of trickle and pour over the floor, and all of a sudden you can feel resistance, as if your own jaw is being pushed back upwards, and you hear, don't waste it, that's prize, that's valuable nectar. And he shoves your, you can feel as if your jaw is being shoved all the way tight, as if practically you're experiencing lockjaw. The creature then stares at you. You can kind of feel some claws sinking into your flesh. It actually stings. You feel as if your own flesh is being torn into as this creature climbs up and meets you eye to eye. And he kind of just looks you over, and you feel quite uncomfortable by the way that this creature's inspecting you. His eyes are just inches away from yours as he looks over from side to side. Just as beautiful as the day I found you. Well, what's this? What do we have here?
Hello in there.
And for a brief moment, Kelsier, you can feel ice-cold chills run down your spine, as if you feel like he's staring directly into you. And before you're able to react, before you're able to respond, you can feel that dropping feeling again. You felt it once before in the tail. As if you can feel your body is falling and falling until finally your vision is back to your own. In a cold sweat, panting, the stone is on the floor.
You dropped my rock board, gee.
Just relay all that I went through with that.
Okay, so yeah, this is a valuable rock, right?
Gods are omnipotent. This is what we have learned.
Well,
You said you wanted to find your way, right?
yes, something like that. I think the group is looking for something now that we are outside of prison.
Kelsey just kind of gives like a big smile, just be like, what if that is the way?
Another tale? Is this what you're saying?
Maybe another? Maybe the same? I think we need to go to where it all started for y'all.
What does the group think?
Are you having a conversation?
Owen likes the dark.
Oh yeah, that's true. Deer is still downstairs.
Yeah, I was like, I'm not hearing anything. Me and I'm sure are dancing with each other.
To be fair, like Nock just looked directly at you guys, so there probably isn't much that you're able to hide.
Yeah, but I mean, even more reason to leave quick.
That is true.
I could not help but wake up and feel that this world is somewhat incorrect. Maybe the other me, the one before all this, felt that the world was maybe a little bit right. But I can't let my family feel the way I feel about this world. Not if I can do.
Do not know how to undo what was done.
Maybe we just... I don't know. But I'd like to see.
If we want Deer's opinion, Deer says go down. We'll start books and see what happens.
Say again? You cut out there, little bud.
Let's say we go down out in the depths and start touching more books. See if there's another book down there that we can touch and get another tale. She was always welcome to come. She was always having fun.
That is an option. I mean, you
Tom, at
all
this
got
point-
there once.
Tom at this point wants to see if Kelsier's just worthy of this. So he'll give him this benefit of this chase.
What do you say, Cassie? You wish to go back?
Cassie?
Hey Troy,
Yeah.
where's Siri?
Oh, you're up.
Okay.
Sorry. Thought I'm busy at the moment. You're up.
Cassie is asleep. Everyone was too boring.
Wow, feels bad.
Damn.
What?
So,
We're talking about
wow. Okay, yeah, we're talking about the next plan of action with everything that we know so far. One of the options is going back to the depths, to go back to the Seven Tails.
Why would we want to go back to the prison?
Fix the my option was fix the world like my was.
Which mean we'd have to go back to the depths to fix the world?
But yeah, we have to go back to one of those 7 boats. Figure
It's
out what
the way my tale worked, I did not go to a place that even resembled yours.
I have no intention of going back to the prison to be kept captive again.
We're not going back as prisoners.
We won't?
We're-
We're going to years.
We know that for sure. We won't be. As soon as we teleport back, we won't teleport back into the prison. Like, where will we spawn when we go travel back in time? Or to the future, I should say.
I have connections.
You have connections? Okay, then I have no problem going back to the future. Oh.
Marty, we have to go back.
Way up in the boat already. Way up there.
You have to go back, Marty. You're fucking your mom.
You're grandfather. You look up right news.
That's a whole new step to the grandfather paradox.
Oh my god.
God damn.
Anyway.
I know I want this stuff on here. I want this stuff.
What do you want?
I want that stuff on the bottom.
Let's see.
I know I want that stuff. I want the grappling hook and shit. Their stuff.
So
Yeah, that's
Kelsey
true.
wants
I want
to
this.
try and
stuff.
see once he gets everybody's opinion.
Yeah. By the way,
On
you
hidden
guys
vision.
aren't actually on that map. It's just to show you reference for the Seven Tails.
Aw.
Yeah.
Yeah.
Kelsey's gonna talk to what is
I'm
her name?
really- then I can
The
really
uh,
know what
Gerald
I know.
replacement.
Oh,
Here we go.
Tara.
Let's talk to Tara, and he's gonna try and say what is the best place that nobody can ever reach anything.
Okay. And so, you want to ask them that. Okay. One moment while I move you guys back. I'll show you guys, like, the region map. Pop.
Cool. I'm gonna give you right back. I'm gonna go to the bathroom.
Okay. And so, Kelsier, Oh, wait. That's right. He has a means of communicating with her. He has like a something that has sending that allows them to communicate between one another. So let me wait till he gets back first, see how he wants to do this. If he wants to bring you guys over to Merriman's Guild in person, or if he'd like to just send her a message. Let's see. Yeah. Oh, and dear, to answer your question, she was best boy.
Okay, cool. Make sure.
Yeah.
Don't get you to the friggin' like boy. She was such a good boy. Good boy.
She is a good boy. Yeah, yes, I am best boy. Thank you. And he like kind of shimmies around, and just like seems like really happy about it. You can hear like his gears are making like a little pleasant whirring sound.
I would give my life to Shu. Shu's not gonna die on my watch. Like, I don't care. I will sacrifice you all for Shu. That's what you know that now.
Shu is a good boy.
That's what you know all now.
Welcome to session 3 of the Band of Blades, where you're playing Fexar and there's a box attached to you.
Yeah. He's like, yeah. He legit is like, I would give my life for this box. Boxy is adorable, though. I love Boxy so much. I'm pretty sure Boxy is still with you, Fexnar, if I'm not mistaken. They're just like a familiar now that just hangs out with you. Like a mimic familiar.
We need to have words about that, but yes.
Alright, I'm back.
Okay, Star is back.
I just love the continued silence.
Well, okay.
Yeah. So I just remembered that Kelsier has two ways of communicating with Terra. It's either using the send. You have something with sending that allows you to communicate with Terra. Alternatively,
She can communicate with me because I used it my last thing.
oh, I see. So your intention is to actually go there in person to ask her?
I mean, I have to. Yeah.
Okay, you got it. So what do you say to the rest of the party?
So first off, the depths, those like, they even said that stuff like moves around and stuff.
Correct.
Okay. I'm going to try and go do those connections this time.
Oh, wait. What about the connections?
Like Monos is powerful,
Yeah, correct.
so presumably they could override maybe like a prison sentence or
Yeah.
something like that.
It's
So,
possible. Yeah.
We're gonna see. Basically, the main thing is I'm gonna try and get their prison sentences taken away, and then I'm going to convince her that I need them to lead me to the best part to hide some, which is the book and the key, the stone.
We might not even be prisoners in this world.
Yeah, you're not sure.
But if we go back to the other world, we're certainly prisoners.
Down this obscure race might be time paradox, I don't know.
You're like the only lizard man alive right now, ever.
It's only because I went through a wormhole.
Well,
Into
then
the-
I guess
Good woman.
Right.
I'm gonna get all their names, and then I guess I can see if I can get some info. Or get info laced back to us. So I'd know, like, who they would be. Because from Tom's perspective, Nox said that our prison sentences weren't going away. Like, he can't fix that.
Correct. Yeah, he cannot.
So that's part of what makes me believe that even in this timeline, we're still
Mhm.
sit prisoners.
Yeah, like he does not have direct influence over that. Like he can't
Mhm.
just like make the sentence go away. However, that does not necessarily mean that they aren't prisoners in this
Yeah, yeah.
timeline. It's just that he does not have a direct influence on that. All he did was just basically flop. You're in the future. But other than that,
I mean- But it's gonna be
Sunday.
better to check than we roll up there and they're all taken.
that is true. How would you like to find out?
I'm gonna write to Tara, I guess, about them, I guess, see if I can get any information. Or do I have like my own like information person, or is my main tie just her?
Well, you have two contacts in the monos. It's Terra and Fexstar. Because you didn't.
Yeah, but
join.
but is Fex not even
That's a good
that
question.
versed?
I'm sorry, what about Fexnar?
No, I'm just like, is Fex not even that versed with like knowledge? I mean, he's kind of just like somebody that has the ring to control him.
Yeah,
You
yeah.
know what I mean?
Understand, Fexstar's direct commanding officer would be Terra in this time.
Correct. So in a way, you're both your direct commanding officer would be Terra for both you, Kelsier, and for you, Fexnar, just in different ways.
Oh.
Oh my.
Oh.
Hey yo. Don't worry, it's not like that. He has a wife, damn it.
It's not like that anymore.
Sure he does.
You can blame Percy for that. I think I'm just gonna go to her and try and get this information, and then I'm gonna kind of be like, it's key to what you need me to do.
Okay, and that's what you're communicating with Terra?
Yeah, I'm gonna be like, you want me to do this? You know I do things the best I possibly can. I need this information.
Okay, and which information are you pulling from her?
I'm trying to see who these people are, because they say that they are from this prison, and if
They
so,
said they were at Mount Galilee, and they were there 3 days later when he just, like, got up and walked out that bitch.
Yeah. Oh my god. Yeah, he just pieced the fuck out. I don't know. There was a big rock in front of it. I don't understand what happened.
Yo, those Romans fell asleep and shit.
Okay. Anyways, okay. So you're sending this. I'm assuming that you're sending this by like letter, for example, and then getting a Monos member to relay it. Is that
yeah,
what
and I'll kind of just like, I'll have known the sigil by now, like for a Monos.
Yeah.
So I'll just kind of like mark it that.
Yeah. You very easily find someone who belongs to the Monos in the tavern. You hand them the letter, and they make their way out. You wait for 10, 15, 20 minutes. It's not really all that long, all things considered, before they return back, and they have a letter. It's a much like thicker one. It's like in an envelope sealed with wax, and they hand it over to you.
Okay. I guess I'll go up to the inn and just read it,
Okay.
and they can follow me if they want.
All right. And so you all gather together. Is Deer here as well?
I don't think he knows necessarily the plan.
Sticks would go get him before we go too far.
So
without him.
I think it's. Here's the thing, and I'll tell the rest of them. I don't. That's a direct line, and I don't know if we should have that exactly open right now. Still have him. Still good for him to be on our side, but we do need to be careful about the things we say.
Makes sense.
Okay. And
Oh,
Of course, I cannot stop y'all, but that will simply be my prerogative.
Shoot.
all right. And so, you open up the letter, and you take a look at it, and you can see that each of them are labeled in fancy typography with each of the following names: Down, Tom, Sticks, Cassie, and Deer. On each of them is several bits of information that are listed. They're all listed in terms of most
Welcome
pertinent.
back.
Welcome back. In terms of most pertinent information, and then all the way at the bottom is like the least pertinent information. You know, like what their blood type is, like what their interests are. You know, they like long walks on the beach and all that good stuff. But the top information is what draws your interest. As far as you can tell, looking at each and every single one of these files, for lack of a better word, none of them were ever incarcerated. None of them actually had ever went to prison. Down, what is it that you recall about how you ended up at the depths?
Oh boy. Time to improv and a little bit not do that.
The fat man, he sends his sturdies.
Your voice cut out, Don.
I saw that. Sorry. I have no idea how much is going to get picked up on the mic. Let me real quick.
He just wouldn't get out of the King's Swamp.
No, just let me turn off.
I like to imagine that Down is like trying to tell his backstory before burying his face, like his snout back into like the water. So all you're hearing is.
Okay, I turned off noise suppression.
Okay,
let me try again.
The fat man sends his sturdies. The sturdies, they haunt us. They want to bring us to the fat man's kitchen. Daon haunts the sturdy, but he treads too far. He goes into the light. And so they drag Daon in chains.
And that's Daon's perspective.
Okay.
Some guy wants to eat lizardmen. He sends dwarf sewers and shit to kill lizardmen. Daon kills them back. He gets caught.
Okay. And so, from what you remember, Don, it's very different from what you're reading here. So, according to what the Manos has gathered on you in this world, is that you are very much like an activist in the sewers, a rebel, so to speak. And so you're often traveling between
half cause.
Yeah, so you're actually known for developing, for lack of a better word, a tunnel system connecting the sewer systems throughout the southern spine. In particular, has been your most recent campaign, so to speak. Connecting,
hell yeah!
Yeah, connecting.
Perfect side goal I never discussed with you, but actually thought about.
Yeah. So he's actually known for currently working on that particular project. As far as the document states, you have managed to connect Rubica to Bastion so far with a tunnel network connecting the sewers together, and are currently in the process of extending it further out to Solitude and to Kiln, in order to further expand your network, to further rebel against those who are searching after lizardmen and the like who reside in
literal underground railroad.
Yeah, literally underground railroad. So that is what's known about Dawn.
Is Harriet Tubman.
Yeah. Dawn is Harriet Tubman of the sewer world.
Of the gross, weird lizard people.
Yeah.
Oops.
Right. And then as for Tom, you were never framed and incarcerated by the Queen, in which you were involved with. Instead, you'd actually married into the family. You are, as a matter of fact, king of that realm. Tom is a king in this world. Do you remember which region in which you hail from?
It's just like a northern hemisphere.
Correct. Northern hemisphere. Do you remember what's to the north?
I don't think we ever necessarily talked correctly, because it was kind of like we'll get there when we get there.
Mm-hmm. That's true. And today is the day that you get there. Tom, in this world, you married into the royal family of Dragur. You are the king of Dragur.
What? Whoa!
Okay.
Oof.
Oh.
Like oof with a positive context. Like what?
Mm-hmm.
So I'm assuming you
Before
never.
we go back in time, you go to your kingdom, you take all the fucking money and the valuables, and then we go back in time, right? Right?
I mean, it's an option.
Uncontrollably raising the roof right now.
Well, I'm one a changeling, and two in this world I wouldn't be.
Wait, you're
I don't- I
voicing
don't-
out.
I said I don't think I'd be remnant touched in this world because that's one of the things that got me kicked out into fucking prison. But
Tom
Correct.
would be because he time traveled, right?
Yeah,
well,
correct.
Tom would be in party terms, but in king terms he would not be remnant
Correct.
touched.
Correct. The Tom that
So,
exists in this
question-
world is not remnant touched.
The question I have presently is the Tom that exists in this world. Is he the same Tom that's sitting in the room with us right now?
Are there two Toms?
That is a good question.
Is there a divergent timeline?
I mean,
Is
technically
it
there's
all
two
just
Dawoons.
bullshit?
There's so many timelines. Magnets.
Watch Percy just turn this into a whole like and like this was all a dream.
And you wake up. No, I was kidding.
We were on jail still.
Yeah, we're just making around.
So, that is a good question. So, do you remember the context for how to determine if you are remnant touched?
The context?
Yeah, like how is it
Whether
that
or
you
not-
can tell that someone is remnant
Like
touched?
other remnant
Whether or
objects.
not
That's
they're
the
got
blood
blue-ass
vascular-
blood and shit.
Correct.
Blue blood. Oh no.
We
Blue
glow-
blood.
Yeah, we glow.
We're in New York?
Remember.
I'm a
No.
detective? I'm a
Blue
police
blood
chief?
Blue blood is another word for royalty.
Oh yeah. Oh okay. Oh shit. It's all coming together. All right. But yes, that's correct. Your blood is blue, and if your heart rate increases, your vascularity
You glow,
becomes more
yeah.
prominent, and you glow. Yep,
And also, remnant things glow when you can hear it, like Cassie said.
correct.
Yeah.
You make them or
wait,
you can
Did
affect
you do a flipsy dipsy on us? Are remnant touched actually elevated class people in this world? What is happening? I'm scared.
So okay, so the backstory for Tom is he was like a lover to a queen, kind of like her personal bard,
I see where you're going with this.
and the queen was like fucking racist towards remnant people, and so one day like they
into that?
argued, huh? I mean I hope probably not, but I don't know. But the whole thing was he got kicked out, like beaten bloody, of the palace, and then somebody performed a blood transfusion, and he was remnant touched, and then the queen just threw him at the depths.
Okay, I'm just gonna say this word in the chat, and it's not gonna make any sense until tomorrow or the next day. There you go.
What did you put in chat?
Themes.
Oh,
Themes.
oh yeah.
That's not gonna make sense to anybody but me until tomorrow. I say sorry.
That's okay.
Okay.
But yeah, that is a very good question. So, you're right. So, you are all different from the other yous that exist in this world. You are technically in a timeline that is not your own. I think you're starting to gather that as you're all kind of like asking these questions.
Yeah.
Because you have your memories, you have them from your timeline. However, No one recalls these things in this timeline because that did not occur. Likewise, versions of you do not exist here. Rather, different versions that live different lives from you exist in this world. So in this world, according to the document, it says that you are just a changeling, Tom, but not remnant touched. However, you most certainly still are, meaning there is another Tom out there who is royalty that is not remnant touched.
So while we're doing all this, Coaster's just gonna try and send a letter. Be like, I need, like, how many is it? Like 7 of us? 6, 7 of us to be able to enter the prison.
Okay.
I'm gonna kind of send that to her.
Okay.
While we're all looking at this information.
Okay. So you send that next letter out. In the meantime, Styx, can you tell me about your backstory from your timeline?
Well, I spent my time youth at a temple monastery in a very far, far away land where I was trained under the Morrigan how to be a Twilight cleric. And upon completing my training, I set out to the world to spread the word of the Morrigan, which led me to these lands. Although in my lands, the customs are much different. And when I was met with certain royalty, instead of bowing, I spit, as water is a precious commodity where I come from. And that insult put me in jail.
All right. And for you, Styx, your history is a little bit different. In your history, you went to jail and now you've become a guardian of the light tree, and to an extent, your powers still remain here. Oddly enough, like you can sense the light tree, you can tell that there's 2 islands on opposite ends, and you can tell all that. So you can confirm you still have those powers. However, the Styx that exists in this world did indeed cause a disrespect. However, when you were cast away and sent to prison, you managed to escape in the process. And in that process, you found a new land in the southern spine in which you began to develop your own church to your god. And essentially, like, if you think about like Christianity, Catholicism, you essentially created a new church. Like, like if your church was, for example, like Adventist, you made baptism.
Oh, I'm like the first cleric of the Morrigan.
Yeah.
Kind of thing.
Exactly.
Gotcha.
Mm-hmm.
Can I please talk to you about our Lord and Savior?
You're like that guy in the Holy Crusades who claimed that they found the Lance of Longinus.
Mm-hmm.
It's like nobody could prove you wrong, but like you definitely had a rusty-ass spear.
Yeah. So essentially, you're the high priest of the Twilight clerics here in the Southern Spine.
Gotcha.
Cool.
Yeah, and then as such, when
Never did I. Sorry.
Oh.
Sorry. Go ahead.
And then as such, when Alira Trinket tried to send her men to hunt you down and send you back, it was far too late. Your church had become too strong, so essentially, like, your religious faction became too powerful that you were literally untouchable by her. She no longer could incarcerate you.
Diplomatic immunity.
Yep.
My piety is too great. I cannot be judged by the laws of man. Only gods can judge me.
Yep. Essentially, yeah.
That is the most like evil villain line I've ever heard. And I think it's so funny that Alira has to just eat that one.
Yep. Basically diplomatic immunity. I mean, like, it would just cause way too much trouble for her to literally take the high archpriest of this church away. Like,
That-
it, yeah,
That poor gnome.
yeah. She has a hard time. It'd be rough out here in the Southern Spine. All right, so
It's
sorry.
rough for a cop.
Yeah.
In the South,
Yeah.
Bronx.
So what were you gonna say, Don?
I don't know if the South Bronx or
Yeah, it definitely wasn't Bronx. I don't think.
literally have only left Texas long enough to go to Canada one summer in my life.
It'd be like that. But I'm sorry. What were you gonna say earlier though? Before I interrupted you.
I don't quite remember, but I think it was something nonsense. I do remember. It was, I never thought my knowledge of the Crusades would ever have shown up so much in a single session of D&D.
Yeah. Gotta love those Crusades.
I have a
Man.
theory.
Mhm.
I'm sorry to interrupt.
Go ahead.
I'm interested in hearing what other files have to show for Siri and Deer. I have a theory.
Okay.
Uh-huh.
You
I'm
mean
curious.
Cassie and Deer. So
Mhm.
Oh, I meant to say Cassie and Deer.
Totally said Cassie. What do you mean? Anyways, continue.
So Cassie, tell me, how were you incarcerated? How were you put in the depths?
I was wandering the streets and I was hungry and I stole food and I kind of got in a fight about it and then I got locked up.
Okay. Do you remember where you were from prior?
I'm from the North region because I have Remnant touch.
Ah, there we go. And so, in this timeline, the person that found you and passed judgment upon you was Tom, as king of Jagur.
Of course he did.
And as such, instead of sending you to the depths, he gave you the option of serving under him as one of his royal knights.
Oh.
In this world,
Proceed.
Mhm.
you go right ahead. Go right ahead. I've already. This is too much in one episode.
yeah, it do be a lot, dude. I have to stay
I'm
so
just gonna-
quiet for so long,
I'm just gonna
bro.
place my head. I'm gonna place my head. Kiss the ass of whatever I thought was.
in this world, Cassie, you are a royal knight of Jagur, serving directly under King Tom. Specifically, you are not willingly serving him. You are serving him under essentially slavery. You have a noteworthy collar worn around your neck, specifically with a bell. Oh, sorry.
Hold on. Last thing, you cut out. Last thing, I'm not willingly. I'm basically a slave to
Correct.
him. So continue from
You have a collar. However, it is not well known that it is against your will, because the collar that you wear just appears like a necklace or a band of sorts with a small bell that hangs from it, similar to your picture.
How dare he do that?
So this is information that only the Monos have gathered. They know that you are currently being held against your will to serve him.
Can you say that last part again, Percy? My whole shit.
Oh, sure. So Cassie serves King Tom as one of his royal knights. However, she does not do it willingly. She is currently being held captive, a slave, so to speak, with a collar put around her neck. However, this is only information known by the Monos that they have extracted from their espionage, as it's hard. Well, most people wouldn't recognize it as some kind of collar, because it just looks like a normal band or a necklace around her neck with a bell at the end.
Okay.
And so
Did
that.
I?
Sorry, go ahead.
No. You're good. We're good.
Okay. And so that is what is currently known about Cassie in this world. Now, last.
Oh, 92% of my hair.
Hey, that's a really not accurate number, but that's a really specific number.
I wonder if it's true. Let's find out.
Yeah, let's count all of his hairs individually. All right. And dear, do you recall what your background is?
It's
How
an
you ended up
estimate.
in prison?
Yeah, I think I remember.
Oh yeah, definitely.
Yeah, I think I remember.
Mm-hmm.
I was hunting for the group of my Goliath group. I saw a deer. Apparently, it's one of the fancy king's deers. I killed it. Next thing I know, I was surrounded by a bunch of guards, and they took me away.
That is correct. And so, dear, you traveled out a lot farther than you expected for your tribe. A lot farther, out to the west, into the land of Dragur. The king's deer in which you had slain was King Tom's deer.
Oh,
You were captured by his guard, one of those guard being Cassie.
Oh no!
You were then captured and brainwashed for many, many years until finally they had molded you into something else. You are both assassin and executioner for the kingdom of Dragur. You're basically their lapdog they send out to get rid of their problems.
I like it. Look, I like me. Can I take his place? It seems like he's easier life right now.
That is a good question.
Good food, good women, have fun, kill things, you know?
That's true. That's a good point. I think Deer would be living it up in Dragur.
Yeah, y'all have fun with the
boy.
quest.
Deer is like, man, it's like, damn, like Dragur kind of popping. I think I'm gonna go there.
I'm gonna crap on tails. Screw Nox, screw K, screw all. I'm going over here.
Dag is having a whole ass heart attack.
I really am. Like in real life. No, that's the end of the sentence. I'm sorry. This is the end of me. I die at the end of this. At the end.
So that is what's known.
I feel
on
like
these
I'm
documents.
cutting out a lot. Oh, sorry.
Yeah.
Do I get any sort of response back? Or are we still waiting?
Woo!
You do finally get a response back after you've all mentally processed the documents that you've read, like what has become of this timeline. So, Kelsier, you receive your note back that you need basically a free pass into the depths. And they have agreed. They pulled the strings. She simply says, you have 3 days. That's all I can give you.
I get in the prison or to get there?
When you get there, you have 3 days, essentially. And you can see that there are several sigils there. They're about the size of a badge, each of them. So there is 1, 2, 3, 7 of them. You can see there's a little bit of there's a much larger one for sure.
Okay.
Hey,
Hold on. Deer might be into this.
That's not a lie. Lizard meat, pretty good. Kind of a halfway between chicken and fish. Kind of just like frog legs.
Daun becomes barbecue. Confirmed. That's canon.
Hey, at least I'll be delicious.
That's true.
Well, I had a theory, but the theory was proven incorrect with the last 2 files. But it seems some of us have been given very benevolent doppelgangers, if you will. Although it all seems to be too good to be true. As you know, I do have a connection with the Great Tree of Life, and it seems that in this world that it is being abused, would be the word. That being said, with your vision, Kelsior, there was something you were clawing through fibers and such, and then there was something that the cat-like creature, who I believe is not, said that it was precious, something you shouldn't drink. What was that? Do you recall?
I remember what it was called. I don't the name. Like I remember what it was, and I think it was the thing that you ate. Like above
The
board.
tree of the
Chad.
Lancy?
Not the seed, but the thing to get the.
Oh, the like the vision to be able to see the ley lines.
The nectar. I think
Yeah,
that's what it was.
correct. Yes, it was a nectar that had began to pour onto the ground.
This nectar. I'll have him describe it, and is it, when he describes it, is it similar to the nectar I seen, or the liquid I seen fill up in the man trap that Noct took a bath in?
That is correct.
Exactly.
Right?
So I feel that Noct, in that time past, took advantage of us, and is now siphoning this nectar from the life tree, and is keeping it and using it for himself, something he's not supposed to be doing. That is why the tree is asking for help.
Of course he is taking advantage. He is in a war against 2 other fronts. The question is he wrong to do so?
So
I
person.
know
Yeah.
it is my mission to protect the tree, and the tree is being threatened. I will take the trip into the depths to fix this mistake.
Down will follow you to know the truth.
Okay. And what does everyone else think? Star, you were saying something earlier?
Does it's like we've talked about like, or we talked about what the ring is like between you and me. Does it have? Not no. Like above board.
Oh, okay.
Does
Yeah.
it have like any? Like, do I notice anything that happens? We're talking. He's playing.
No, you have not noticed anything yet. It has not been activated. It is still latent.
Okay.
Yeah. Just to kind of like let you know, the importance of the ring, it probably won't be all that prominent until Act 2.
Okay. So
Yep.
could I not like activate it as like a hex?
Oh, you can. You can activate it. There was more I was going to talk to you about, like it.
Oh,
yeah.
Okay.
Yeah, I was going to present you some options, but you can activate it as a hex blade. Yep.
Okay.
This is the intrigue section of of the campaign.
Yeah.
Kofi's just gonna kind of say, so we're all with going? All okay with going?
We got 3 votes. 4.
I'll look at Shu. Shu, what do you want to do?
I will go wherever you go.
I guess we're in. Let's go.
Yay, field trip.
If you did not say that, I was gonna try to convince Shu to come with us.
She was just excited because then now he gets to go on a trip.
Just
We'll
happy to be included.
Yeah,
Know
exactly.
the feeling.
Yeah.
Styx?
Well,
Oh, you
Styx is
get
already
the-
Styx is already intending to go back.
He
Okay.
presented the idea, actually.
All right. And what
I
about
was
you,
gonna-
King Tom?
Tom was just. I think Tom is.
Keep in
I
mind
think part of
the queen is still the same. She's still racist
Yeah,
as well.
no. I think part of it. Mad,
Mm-hmm.
and like the more mad he gets. Hold on, give me 1 second.
Okay.
Discord.
Oh, okay.
Big oof.
He's like, no.
Is everybody okay? Are we all good?
Wait,
Like, crying.
where did Star go? He didn't go to secrets. What happened?
Oh no! He had to fix his Discord.
Okay.
My Discord like just starts randomly like cutting out the things I want to say.
I got
So I just have to
very
untask it.
scared.
I think Tom just says I'd rather change the past again and be a prisoner than to be that bitch's husband.
Hey.
Damn.
Actually, legend, dude. +1 respect, bro. What a lad. All right.
Regardless of what you choose, Darwin has adopted you. You are Darwin's daughter or son, regardless of what that matters.
Down has like
Everybody,
an
this is-
adopted-
This is my lizard folk mom.
Yeah, my lizard folk
Or
mom
dad.
Dawn. No, Dawn is a woman. Remember, we rolled for this and
Yeah,
confirmed.
no,
that Dawn
I
is a
said
woman.
mom.
No. The point is, it doesn't matter.
Oh yeah. It's great.
Darwin is not human. Darwin does not have the same emotions.
How much? Hey, Percy, how much did I get from Bandit Blades? How much money? Because it was a bullshit amount, right?
Did you not document it?
I documented it, but I need to like.
I
search
tried
for
real
it.
hard. I could tell you, but the answer is it was greater than 5,000 gold.
It was a lot.
Where was it?
The only person who came out almost losing was Fexnar, but that's because they straight up denied a non-lawful quest.
That is true.
Yeah, I think it's about. So like I had 5,700, but like we didn't really like talk after, because it was mainly like
That
we killed
yeah.
that dude, and then we didn't really talk about it because we were still in that sewer, or we
Yeah.
got on the ship and then we didn't say anything else. That's why I asked.
Yeah. So originally the amount was 50,000, and then was doubled to 100,000, giving the context of everything else that was thrown at you that was kind of like outside of the agreement. And so overall, that means every single person in in
Band of Blades.
Band of Blades received 20,000. Or not
So we had
20,000.
20,000.
Yeah, wait. There's 5 of
Big
you, right?
aside.
Yeah.
No, there's 6.
Oh no, there's.
I think it was 6, and then we added. It was 6 because we added. Not Grindark.
Fexnar, Kelsier, Zarn,
Zeal.
Kane, Zeal, Skullrish,
Scores. I think that's like 7.
and
But I don't know if Scorish is included.
Skullrish is definitely included.
Yeah, because technically Grundark technically left his post, so he didn't get paid. So really, it's split between 6. So there, it's 100,000
It's okay.
split between
It's
6
okay.
people.
Grundark is apparently a barbarian now, and doesn't need money because barbarians are awesome.
Hey.
He doesn't need money. He just needs his rage.
It's true. Dawn is also a barbarian. Does not need money.
Yeah, that's why he keeps refusing wishes and stuff. He's like, why would I need this? This doesn't make any sense.
So we got what, 20,000 per person?
Yeah,
Is that what it was?
20,000 per person.
Okay, so I'm gonna propose that. Would I be able to borrow the carriage there?
Ah, glad you remember.
Pick whatever you want, man.
Yes, you can. You can take the carriage.
Yeah.
So I want to say, everybody look around, do what they need to do, and we'll leave it tonight. So be
How far
prepared.
is deer from me? Like, how far are my other deer?
Say again, bud?
How far is the other deer from this location right now?
Very, very far.
Okay.
Dear, you stop. You stop it. Do not commit any more atrocities.
He's like in the north hemisphere. We're like near the bottom of the south.
I'm just gonna take all his stuff. I'm just gonna take it all. Like, I can walk around my house anyways.
Yeah, there's none of his stuff that you could take because Deer has never been to the Southern Spine. Like he never went to prison. So he's just all the way up in North in Dragoor as kind of like just like an executioner for King Tom.
I'm gonna write that guy a letter. Can I write him a letter?
I mean, you most certainly could try.
I'm so doing that.
All right.
That one has already written you a letter. It just says, "Baby, come back."
So what time do you think it would be, Percy? This is like morning, right?
Yeah, this is morning. So this is probably about like 9 a.m. or 9 sun.
Hey, Percy.
Yeah.
Can we make the stick?
Which stick?
Just the stick. The power stick we were talking about.
Oh, it's just a... I mean, like, how would you like to do this?
We're
No.
gonna see if we can find... I don't know. Like, what are we thinking?
Stop it.
Like a woodworker?
Okay. Yeah, because that's true. You guys did collect wood from the Feywild.
So and then I guess Kelsier's just gonna hang around Tom.
Yeah, so there are indeed woodworkers, many skilled woodworkers in Rubica, in fact.
Yeah, then we're gonna find one. I mean, maybe, possibly Kelsier can do some artificer shit on it. Who knows?
Okay.
Or we'll just have him there to, like, help. Make it better.
Yeah, participation.
Yeah.
Okay. And so you're looking for a woodworker.
Kelsier, roll me a... What do I want you to roll?
Oh, wait.
Yeah. Roll me a...
I'm gonna roll it on Band of Blades, and then I'm just gonna tell you the result.
Okay.
Because I don't have it all the way updated on Beyond.
Yeah, roll me just an intelligence check, just to recall if you know a woodworker in Rubica that might be able to help you.
Just like an intelligence saving throw? Or...
No, just intelligence.
Okay.
Intelligence check.
23.
Nice. Yep. You most certainly do know of a very skilled woodworker that could help you.
Oh, also, I'm gonna tell the rest of the Unchained group. I'm gonna be like, see if there's anything that y'all need. Come to me, and we can talk about getting it.
Yeah. So you have
Like
a lot
shop wise.
Yeah. So essentially, this would be like your moment to shop and gear up and plan accordingly.
Nothing too bullshit, but
So let's say that.
Oh, wait.
Okay. All right. Question for questions. Pointed questions. In fact, does not actually affect Dallin that much. Favor. We never got to cash in any favor. What's up with favor?
That's true. You didn't cash in on favor. In your timeline, your favor does exist and could be cashed in. Currently, at this time, it cannot be cashed in. Please note that this is only session 6, so to be determined is all I could say.
Fair enough. The other side of that is down. Did not garner much favor and held a lot of gold. So what can I do with gold?
Well, gold in this time, you most certainly can buy things with that gold. Above the board is that's my way of saying spend it while you can.
Okay.
So real quick.
Mm-hmm.
Or you go first, Doug.
No, mine was open and you go ahead.
I just wanted to see if Kelsier could take out his card and try and ask. He's gonna message Rock, and he's gonna be like, "Where are you? I want to buy things."
It's funny you should mention that. I rolled this dice actually very early on.
No, I'm covering some of it, Chad.
So, Rock replies back, and he says, "On my way to Rubica."
And that's where we are, correct? Is that what it was?
Yep.
Okay. So you're talking about where Kelsier's from. Okay. When will you be in? He messaged back.
In a few minutes.
I'm gonna just send back. Sounds good, you old bastard, with like a winky face.
You old bastard, winky face. Okay.
D&D emojis.
Yeah, D&D emojis.
That's my second language.
Yeah.
Emoticons.
Yeah, I speak emoticon. That would actually be such a great language, just something equivalent to emoticons. Alright. What can I sell?
Ooh, Gloom Apple and Midnight Berries for.
That is a good question.
Gloom Apples and Midnight Berries are quite rare as they are from the Feywild. Other than from the floating islands above you, they're very difficult to find overall anywhere else in the world of Initia. They are around, they're just extremely rare. You can sell a Gloom Apple roughly for 500 gold. And
Damn. Jeebus.
and Midnight Berries, depending on the quality, can range anywhere between 600 to 800 gold.
Nice.
So
Like,
what you're saying
they're
is
all
that
of them, or
every
the
time-
per berry?
So, who went to the shops?
This is the part where I
That- yeah.
was gonna say, this is the part where I fully divulged that I did not keep track of food at all because I was collecting more than we were consuming, and I said, and now it's biting me right in the ass. So you guys go ahead. You collect your bounty.
Yeah, and this is why you take notes.
Correct.
Percy, I have a
I am
question.
glad to be the lesson. Go ahead.
How does my teeth mark on Tom? How's that doing?
The TAFE mark on Tom is there, but it is faded. Like, it still glows faintly, but it is much less prominent now on your hand.
Like, if I, like, would I still be able to make a 1920 and figure out and ask her something?
You most certainly could try.
Hey, bit your finger off. Knock.
That's true. He did bite your finger off for it.
Yeah.
Here, hold on. I'll be right back.
That depends on which hand.
Because you're Tom of the 9 fingers.
He bit one of your 10 fingers off. Was it your strumming hand or your fretting hand?
My fretting hand.
Ooh, that's so much worse than your strumming hand.
Yeah. It'll be okay. He's adaptable. But, Kelsier can mainly buy things. If it's something that we're interested in. He's kind of just... I mean, the man comes from, like, money. So he's fine with spending it.
Yeah, Styx is not the kind of guy to do that.
Well, I mean, just... If it's something that... I mean, you don't even have to say it, you know? But...
I know what I'm looking for. I used to have a bunch of berries. I have 2 berries left because I gave Noct a bunch. So, it is what it is.
Also, you could...
I know what I'm looking for.
You could totally ask Tom for more berries, because he doesn't really... Because, I mean, he can just get some from the Feywild. Whatever.
So you think.
We're gonna find out.
I don't know. Those are kind of curious.
Well, tell me, dear, what happens when we confront Noct and Noct tells Shu to kill us all? What happens then?
Well, if she wants to step up, she can step up, but I'll knock him right back down where he belongs. He'll be a good pet.
Good answer.
Who is the follower of Deer? Nock has given Shu to Deer. Methinks that Deer is the follower of Deer. I'm sorry, Shu is the follower of Deer. I'm way too drunk. I'm sorry.
I'll look back at you and tell you. Shu follows me, but Shu will ultimately follow Nog if it comes down to brass tacks.
At the end of the day, according to Noct's agreements with you and the gift he gave you, he said that Shu will listen to you and only you, except when Noct tells it what to do.
Yep. So, Shu might betray us, but Shu's a good boy right now, aren't you, Shu? Yes, Shu.
I think the deal with Shu is that Shu is a being that mostly does not know what's going on.
Yeah, no, right. Shu just
I think that Shu is a pre-metamorphosis, and after the metamorphosis, maybe we should worry about that. Hey, buddy, it's just Shu.
You can shoot right now. I mean, like, there's 5 of us. We can take Shu, I think. I'll look over at Shu.
Alright, I'm back. What about taking Shu?
Oh, no, real joke.
Nothing.
I mean,
talk about that? Okay.
Doug, I'm still thinking about what you were telling me the other time.
Last time about Shu? I have no idea what you're talking about.
We were talking about how would Shu react to remnant blood.
You're correct. Okay, the question I posed to Kelsier, the thing I said, hey, Down has no reference, and also any of Down's permeable instances do not have do not.
How
have
does
references.
an automaton from before the collapse react to remnant?
Ah, I see.
Yeah, correct.
So you're wondering what would happen if you gave him remnant, like remnant blood or remnant?
Remnant oil.
Any at all. I am 100%. I am beyond the pale with this at this point, Percy. This was a question I had when I was way more sober than I am right now.
Okay. Would you like to find out?
We'll go kill Shu.
Ooh, boy, that is
Kill
an,
Shu.
I mean,
that is a question for Elseer and or Tom. And or deer.
Cassie.
And Cassie too. There's 4 remnant touch individuals here.
Yeah.
I'm gonna die.
Also, we have Styx has a remnant stone because that's probably the only way I can have a vision that. Am I wrong, Percy? Or...
You don't know much
But, like-
about this stone. You can deduce, but you're not entirely sure what this thing is.
I'm just deducing. Right.
Yeah. There's a strong presumption that the stone is some kind of remnant stone that allows you to see into whatever on Earth that is on the island.
Oh, the story goes. I have so many questions about this map right now. It's not funny.
Sure.
Oh, okay. Wait, I forgot my question. Okay, what is this? Yeah, what's that thing?
Very pretty map.
That is a giant ass circle.
Yeah, I know, right? I want to know what the hell that is.
That is a very big circle. What do you think it is?
A big circle.
Coliseum. I'll go Coliseum.
That is correct. It is a coliseum.
Can't think of not. But we're all fighting for nowadays, isn't it? In this world, fighting for knock
Yeah.
rules.
Yep, that is a coliseum. Do you ask this question, like, are you just asking this question above the board, or are you...
Oh, just above the board. I'm just like, I got interested in the map, like, how the player knows
Okay.
character.
Six, to answer your question, how close is the Twilight Temple of Morrigan? So, where you all currently are right now, you're located right about here on this ping. Let me ping it again, just for reference. The Temple of Morrigan currently is... Alright. Hold on, I just gotta kind of like pan over and find it. It is right about here, right on the river.
How long would it take to get there, do I think?
It would take a couple of hours. It would probably take about
Wait, real quick, Percy.
Yeah.
My dear boy.
Yeah.
Do I still have the bird?
On... Oh, I see, on Kelsier.
Yeah.
You do. But yeah, by foot, it's it's 3 hours to get there. But on the bird, you can get there in less than an hour.
Does Styx relay any wanting of wanting to go see that temple to any of us?
Yeah, I'm gonna go.
Could I want to show you all the shop, and then Styx, if you would want to go to your temple, I have a bird that can get you there much faster.
It's okay. I kind of wish to walk the streets.
Okay.
Okay.
So the way Styx thinks is he's a pretty important guy. So I don't think anybody's gonna mess with me on the streets.
No, probably not.
I'm kind of like a chaotic neutral alignment. So whereas Kelsier's like, yo, you can borrow money. I'm like, no, I think I know where I might be able to get some.
Oh, I see. Okay.
So I'm gonna go to the temple, and I'll kind of just wait for a while to see if the other Styx is there, and hopefully, if not, I'll go in and make a withdrawal.
Ah. Okay. Gosh.
Since we're leaving tonight,
Yep.
and then I can shop, and then we'll call it. I mean, this is kind of tricksy, so we'll see what happens.
I like it. I like it. All right.
But to the rest of the party, I want to show them Rock Shop, if they will stay around.
Yeah, if they're interested. So, I know what you want to do, Styx. Let's just check and see what everybody else wants to do, so that way I can kind of plan accordingly. So, Kelsier kind of wants to show you guys Rock Shop. Tom, I'm assuming he's going to follow suit. But what about you, Down, Deer, and Cassie? What would you all like to do? You have some time.
Cassie wants to go shopping.
Okay. And then...
So, like, do you want to go to the same shop we're going to, or you want to go on your own?
Go to the same shop, but basically her goal is to see if she can find like either magic spells or potions or things like that. She definitely wants to get this collar off what she thinks is magic related, like how it's done.
Oh no, your collar is just normal. It's a normal collar. It's just that in this world, the other Cassie, their collar is magical and is keeping them hostage. Yeah.
Okay. So wait, so I'm aware of what happened to her and that she's got that collar on. Okay.
Yep.
Gotcha.
Correct.
All right. Got it. Oh, then yeah, I just want to go shopping. Maybe I want to help my other Cassie. Hold on. Yeah, I do want to find ways to help free her.
Think you with me, and then what we can get to her.
But it doesn't mean eventually I won't run into it in the future. We don't know.
Oh, I'm just...
It'd be cool to have something handy.
Yeah.
And just because it might work. Wait. I should say this. I guess I would have to inspect her necklace to know for sure. But
just kill her. Move on. Don't take her place.
No.
Yeah.
That's all Deer wants. Deer wants to take his place.
Yeah.
Deer doesn't give a shit about the world.
Yeah.
Theoretically, if we're successful, we'll never see these lands again.
Yeah.
Well, now I'm sad. Now you think no. Why don't Deer want to help me now?
Yeah, in theory, this timeline won't exist.
You want to go to your
Down is tailing sticks. Where the sticks go?
Okay, sit down, call sticks. Okay, and then Cassie wants to shop. Deer, what would you like to do?
I'll go shopping too.
Shopping time. All right.
I can't run out.
So for those who are shopping, go ahead and in the chat, like in the Roll20 chat, enter in the things that you're interested in. Try to keep it all in one message. Try not to like do like one message and then type a new thing and then another message. So take your time and think about what you want. I'll tell you how much it'll cost, and then we can go from there.
I mean, Custer and Tom, they honestly don't know what they want. They just want to look around a little.
Oh, okay, just like a little.
See if anything helps.
Okay. And we can definitely roleplay that a little bit here. But let's go ahead and cut to Sticks and Down here first. We're like, are you loaning them the bird and having them go out there, or are you going with them?
They just want to walk.
Yeah, I don't want.
Oh yeah, that's right. Okay.
Bird might attract a little bit too much attention. I'm just kind of walking through the streets. I'm not like, hey, I'm Sticks, High Priest, blah blah blah. I'm just trying to, got my cowl up, but just trying to. If someone stops me or tries to, confront me, that's when I'll show who I am to try to use my authority to basically not have a confrontation.
Okay.
And then when I get there, I just kind of want to in there, but yeah, I'm gonna try to get in there and get some money and get out.
All right, you got it. And so
Sticks is going to.
Okay.
Down is going to follow behind Sticks as a Ninja Turtle in the trench coat, and just try to blend in, man.
Yep. All right. Perfect. As this guy's self, as you go ahead and you walk side by side in the streets. Some ruffians here and there come out of the alleyways and try to start trouble with you, but they immediately see that it Sticks, who they're trying to mess with, and then they kind of like raise their hands, kind of drop their daggers, and they slip back into the shadows. Like, yep, no, that's not worth it. Absolutely not. They go ahead and they kind of curl.
Definitely over level 5.
Yeah, definitely, like at least like level 10, maybe 20. No, thank you.
Everyone in this world is secretly a nerd.
Yeah. So they hide away back into their shadows. Some of the townspeople, they kind of like look at you with adoration. Some of the kids like kind of like point to you and like they whisper each other like, "Look, it's Archpriest Sticks. Look." And like some of the kids kind of like walk up to you and like offer you things like flowers, and some of the townsfolk, they kind of like try to offer you like all sorts of things, like ranging from like food to trinkets and things like that. And so as you finally make your way over to the west side of Rubica, you kind of make it towards the riverbank. and along it you can see a long stretch of road that goes all the way from the south all the way to the north. And along this road, you can see that there is a large cathedral that is built just right next to the water. You can see that there are several sigils of your god posted around. You can see that there are several several paladins and clerics posted out front as kind of like guards to the temple itself. You can see that there are two large, imposing individuals there. They seem human in appearance. They're fully clad in armor. The only reason why you can tell that they're human is that their faceplate is completely open, so you can see their facial expressions there, as well as like a little bit of their ears are peeking out from the sides of the helm.
Okay. Just kind of watching for a little bit.
Okay.
Just-
Okay. So you kind of just like hang out and just like keep an eye out.
Yeah, just kind of waiting to see if I might actually catch a glimpse of the other sticks or not, going in or out or something like that. I'll wait 20, 30 minutes tops.
Okay.
I'm gonna give all my actions to Sticks as the help action. It's
Okay.
gonna be his lookout and everything.
Gotcha. Hey. All right. And so, you wait 5, 10, 15 minutes, and then you see someone. He looks like a merchant, perhaps. He's rather short in stature. He has like pointed like ears and horns, like almost like a demon with a long tail that kind of like coils around. It's coiled around his leg. His skin is red in appearance, but he's rather well dressed. Brightly dyed attire, with some gold trimming around the edges, especially around the lapels. And you see that he has a large golden chain around his neck. Like he isn't hiding his wealth. He approaches and begins to speak with the guards up front. And you see that they stop him as they're starting to have a conversation. He's kind of like starting like a little bit of a ruckus now. Just like you can kind of like faintly hear like in the distance as you're watching the temple. You just hear like. Roll me.
Will.
Oh, sorry, go ahead.
Go ahead. I was gonna try to make a perception to listen.
Yep, that's exactly what I was going to ask for. Roll me a perception check.
Or get a little closer, if I can still try to hear.
Ooh, yep.
So it works with this, but not the voice from the sky? What is
No,
this?
it doesn't work with the voice in the sky. So, with the perception of 24, you note that this imp-like creature is basically just yelling and berating at these guards, just saying, "What do you mean? What do you mean that he's not here? That's ridiculous! I thought he should be here. Where else could he possibly be?" And one of the guards.
That's all I need to know.
Sounds like somebody wants bad customer service.
Yeah.
I will cast upon myself. Let me find it. Enhance ability for Eagle Splendor to give myself advantage on charisma checks.
Ooh. Okay.
And I will pull my cowl down so that they can see who I am, and I'll approach.
Ooh. Okay. And so, do you say anything initially, or do you just approach at first?
I'll make an entrance because, hopefully the sticks in this world is as good as perception as I am, so that I hear them before they hear me or see them before they see me, and I'll make that known.
Mm-hmm.
And I'll shout out, "I've returned. Sticks is returned."
In contrast, roll stealth.
Okay, okay.
I'll try to.
So where are you stealthing to? Like, how are you sneaking?
Honestly, I'm just gonna try to let Styx be my distraction.
Oh, I got you. I got you. Like, yeah, distraction against the guards and this merchant here.
Correct.
So, are you trying to like sneak into the temple, or are you going around? Like,
It's not that I'm trying to sneak in. I'm trying to understand what they're saying.
oh, like you're trying to get closer. Okay,
I'm
okay,
acting aloof. I'm listening to what they say.
Okay, so you're eavesdropping. Got it. Cool.
Right.
All right. And so the merchant turns around. He spins like 180 on his heels. He's like, "It's about time. Where have you been? Why do you look like that?" And he like kind of like points to like your face and your arms, like you're covered in roots and vines.
It is a new thing. I've been thinking about learning the ways of the druid. I'll use a little druid cantrip and do a druid craft and have some flowers grow out of my hands and give them a flower.
Amazing. Thank you very much. This is pretty. Man, kind of weird. But, you know, if you're able to learn the skills, that's great. That's wonderful. I was wondering if we could talk business.
Indeed, come. And I'll take him inside the temple I know nothing of.
Okay, okay. And so you make your
Down
way up.
follows.
Yeah. So you all make your way up the stairs and through the front doors, and this place is lavish as fuck. Like that, they're like normally like things that would be like, you know, like brass, like candelabras and things like that. They're not made out of brass. They're just straight up made out of silver and gold here. There are many like different like paintings depicting like myth and historical events relating to your god and the creation of the church itself. You can see that there's a large altar, the stairs and the raised platform itself made out of marble, as well as the altar. You can see that there's several pews that are carved out of mahogany on either side and polished to just like a reflective sheen. It's fancy in here. As you kind of just like make your way around, where are you looking for in particular? Like, where are you taking it?
I know I don't have a lot of time, so I'll look to one of the like clergymen, or if there's a guard or something like that, and I'll say, "You, take this man to my personal quarter. Get there." And then I'll see if he does it.
Okay, got it. And you do. You manage to find like one of the.
See if he'll
Yeah.
take him to my personal quarters.
Yeah.
And then I'm basically gonna follow him.
Okay. And so here, one moment as I gotta roll something. Okay. So you managed to find. Oh, it's okay. You managed to find one of the younger clergymen. It looks like they're quite new. But as you point out to him, you say, "You take him to my private quarters," and he like looks at you like nervously, like you know, like he's extremely like nervous to even be spoken to by like the archpriest of the temple. He's like, okay, right away, this way, sir." And he like kind of just like starts like ushering the merchant towards your private quarters as he makes a hard left. Through like one of the larger breaks in space between the pews, towards a back hall, smaller door in comparison to any of the other doors that you see around in this main chamber. But you can see that it opens up into a wider hallway with several doors lined in them. You know, there's several stairwells that lead up and down. Like it's kind of a confusing like labyrinth of corridors around this wing of the temple. But eventually, as you're following him, like several of the other clergymen and the paladins, they see you and they give respectful bows, and some of them take their fists to their chests. Some of them salute to you. Just otherwise just showing their respect in one way or another, depending on what their status is. As you finally make your way to your private chambers, the merchant goes in first, also walking in like he's somebody important, as you all stride in to the private quarters of Archpriest Styx. It's just showing the
Oh, it's so far so good.
Okay, I'll leave it to it, boy.
Wait 1 second.
Yes.
Make sure. Have one of the paladins bring a large deposit of coin here so that I may do business with this merchant.
Oh, a large deposit of coin. Okay. How much should I ask for?
I'll look at the merchant.
The merchant says, I would say, I think 30,000 would be a good starting point.
Bring 25.
Ooh, okay. And then the young priest that says, right away. God, that's so much money. As he like kind of like scurries away.
You have no idea who's asking for this.
Yeah.
Okay, so my plan above the board is I'm just going to shoot the shit with the merchant for a while until the money gets here, and then I'm just going to not necessarily take the money and run, but I'm going to excuse myself, and of course can't leave the coin behind because that'd be unprofessional, and then I'm just going to leave.
All right. I see. So you're gonna like dine and dash, so to speak, except with gold. Yep.
And let them deal with the merchant that's in the middle of Styx's room. And hopefully maybe that might be a good enough confusion to get me out of there.
You understand that the merchant in the Styx's room is definitely Doan's whole revolutionary network.
Yeah, but that's okay. You and that Dowan are different people, technically.
100%. It's just funny.
Yeah, it is funny. Like, yeah, this guy 100% belongs to that faction.
Am I stealing from my own church? I don't know. It's kind of weird because after this timeline's gone, does this actually happen?
It's not even worthwhile to analyze it because it's all crazy.
Yeah.
The way Styx sees it is the mother giveth and the crone taketh away.
Hey, we love that.
100%. I actually like that.
Let's see. Adamantine scale mail. It's funny you should mention that. In this world in particular. Yes, you can buy adamantine scale mail.
What is the cost on it?
That is a question here. Hold on. I figured you guys might ask about it here, and actually, I think I remember Shad asking about the context behind adamantine in Band of Blades, and that basically there's a lot of machines of war that existed during the wars between the three gods, and so a lot of it is just kind of like left behind in ruins. So like there is adamantine that exists like in quite a bit of abundance. In your original world. In this world, it exists, but it is essentially used to continue fueling Nox Power and his soldiers and his legion and all that. To basically, quote unquote, keep the peace. So it does exist here, just in a different context. Prices may vary. 1 second, as I gotta pull out my notebook. This one I know I wrote down.
Prices may vary.
So is this better than heavy armor?
It's better in a lot of ways. For starters, if I remember correctly, this type of armor could be donned and doffed like rather quickly. Like think like some Iron Man type shit. So like normally like armor takes quite a bit of time to take off and quite a bit of time to put back on. In certain contexts, you need like 2 people to do it. But with this, you can literally just slap it on and it's just on your body. You don't have any disadvantage to stealth. That's one of the big things. But on top of that, you're also immune to critical hits. Like that.
Wait,
there's-
I'm not disadvantage on stealth? Because
Yeah.
I thought it was stealth disadvantage. Okay.
Or am I thinking mithril?
You're thinking mithril.
Oh, okay,
Yeah,
my mistake.
The adamantine negates crit.
I did look at the mithril, and I was like, oh, that's nice to keep my stealth. But I was like, my character's not really trying for stealth, and I'd rather change the crit hits to normal hits. So
Yeah.
that's why I was thinking adamant.
Okay, there we go. Yeah, so with adamantine, you're immune to crit hits. With mithril, you don't have disadvantage on stealth.
Yeah.
So yeah, with adamantine, it gives you quite a bit of defense as well as, well, I mean, you just can't get critted while you're wearing it, which is a very, very big advantage. Yeah, so here, it's more common. It's just actually, like, properly in use, not like being scavenged like it is in your world. And being crudely put together. For example, Zeal's gun is technically made out of adamantine, but you saw what happened when someone tried to use it. It didn't explode like it normally does, like when it's combined with Remnant. But what it did do is do a bunch of weird stuff when it failed.
So,
mhm.
and Chad, I guess this is the question for you too, because you DM. Whenever I like my suit of armor for Kelsier, can it just be that suit of armor, and can I change like if I find like a better pair of armor? Because I'm trying to read it and I don't see anything that says like that I can, and it also doesn't say that I can't.
Sorry, what's your question?
Like for artificer armor, like trade out like sets of armor, but it still would be my armor stuff for my subclass.
I'm so confused by that. I'm gonna be honest, that was the question.
Oh,
Meaning,
like are you talking about your armor subclass?
Like my armor subclass. I have the suit of armor for Kelsier. Could I transfer those abilities to a different one and discard the heavy armor, or does it have to stay that heavy armor? Because that's why I don't know.
I'm gonna say that you can transfer it over. You can, like, you're trying to transfer the properties over, right?
Like I'm trying to transfer like the whole subclass, like the suit that I want, like to a different suit.
Yeah, you could do that. Because technically it's an enchantment, right? So long as you're not having the enchantment on two types of armor at the same exact time, like I won't allow that. But what I will allow you to do is
that's
move
bullshit.
it over. Yeah, you can move it over to a different set.
Okay, I was just because I didn't see that anywhere.
Yeah, it's just gonna take an hour of your time to do so. Like you can't do it like in the middle of a battle, for example. Like you're gonna have to take some time to sit down and do it.
So what would be like some of the best armor? This area.
That is a good question. Also, to give you the cost on the adamantine scale mail here, Siri, that is going to cost you about 4,000 gold.
Ooh, yeah. Dang. Alright, not enough berries.
I mean, we can talk about it because Kelsier is also possibly buying some stuff for y'all.
2 of those berries, I'm assuming at most I'll get 1,000.
Just so we can be prepared.
Write it down. You said 4,000?
Yep, 4,000 gold for that chest piece. Or a +5 Vorpal longsword. I'm sorry, dear. I'm not going to give you a Justicar, or I'm not going to give you Justicar to your sword or the Vorpal longsword. Those are like endgame items, and like
use a bit.
Like sir, you guys already been level 10.
Worth a shot, bro.
I mean, I respect you trying, but no.
Get to the lore. Hey, he's dead. The sword's up for grabs.
He's dead up for game now. I want it.
Percy's like, I respect you, but fuck no.
Yeah, Tyr is indeed dead, but like I mean, there's only one of those swords,
Exactly.
and you don't even know where it is.
Maybe you crossed it.
How funny! You should mention that it's here. No, I was kidding. No, Tyr, you don't have Tyr's sword, or the Vorpal longsword.
Yeah, Nog's not really.
He's probably picking his teeth with it.
Yeah, picking his teeth.
He's like a toothpick.
Yeah.
Yeah, I told that bitch.
Yep.
He's like, I told that man.
But yeah, Shad, you are correct. +3 is as high as it goes, in terms of enchantment. Oh, speaking of which, so you're shooting the shit with the merchant, and you're having this conversation with him, and you're really just kind of like buying time until the money finally gets there, and you can see that one of the guards, they return back with like a wheelbarrow, like a small wheelbarrow full of gold, and cart it in and set it down right behind you and down. And as you kind of look backwards, like both of you have like the reflection of gold in your eyes. Like that's how bright this stuff is in these barrels.
The maiden's blessing upon you, I'll tell the guard as I dismiss him.
Okay.
You, sir, merchant, I'm looking for a bag of holding. How much would this cost?
Well, that would cost you about 500 gold.
Okay, here you go. I'll give him 500 gold from the 2,500. And then I'll start, and I'll say, there's 50 extra gold if you help me put all this gold into the bag.
Sure. Here, let me help. God, I've never seen so much. All right, here you go. And he starts shoveling, like gold into the bag of holding as it like quickly becomes filled, with all this material, and after a while he starts to get kind of like tired, but he does manage to help you shovel all of it into the bag of holding.
While he's doing it, we'll kind of talk shop. You know, tell me, what is your most expensive item? But I don't really care what he says. I'm just da-da-da-da.
Mm-hmm.
And then when the bag is full, I think I do not have enough money. I think I should go get more. I'll return so that I can buy these items we talked about. So I'll give him the 550 gold, 50 for helping, and then 500 for his most expensive item is 50 gold.
No.
Okay.
I'm replying to Deer. Yeah.
Okay. And then I'll since I'll tell him I don't have enough to buy all the good stuff he has, then I'm just gonna go get more gold. And I'll wait here, please. You're in my personal chambers. You'll be fine. And then I'm gonna fucking dip out of there.
Yes, of course.
With my bag of holding and all the gold.
Mm-hmm. It's a pleasure meeting you all. Bye. He's like kind of like sits there patiently. He's like tapping his fingers together. He's like so excited. He's like, wow, I didn't even really sell them much, and I have so much gold. He's like really excited about his 550 gold. As you guys piece the fuck out of the temple with your bag of holding.
Hell yeah.
All right, and now you are the proud owner of. Well, actually, it's 25,000 minus 550. That much gold.
I'm gonna split it amongst the group, and I'll say before I do it, just because of the group I was able to come to this place. It's because of this place that I come upon this money. I feel I should split it amongst everybody. So everybody, not Kelsier though, sorry Kelsier.
No, that's understandable.
We'll get 5,000 gold, and I'll take the 550 from my cut.
Okay.
5,000.
I didn't think that meant Kelsier anyways. He's got plenty of money.
Yeah, Kelsier's loaded.
Well, and Styx's mine, you didn't get them here, so you wouldn't be privy to the cut.
Well, yeah. No, either way, like I didn't think you would.
See, thanks you for the gold.
Yeah. I have a really abstract idea to play into the lore now, and I thought about it while I was staring at my items. Can I walk into like an airship port, threaten them because I'm the executioner of like up there, and they probably know me down here probably. Threaten them, take the airship, sell it for 250,000 gold, and split them up group.
I love it.
You could certainly try. The likelihood of you getting away with that would be extremely low because you are an executioner, but you by no means are like some powerful like aristocrat or politician or king. So I mean, you could threaten that, but it probably won't happen.
Oh, who would I be if I didn't try it though? Oh,
So, is Rock's shop here now?
Yep. Rock Shop
Awesome.
is indeed here as it begins to land. It lands in its usual spot that it has landed before. Only above board one person knows where it's landing. It lands nearby a night in paradise. Like, he tries to land it. He always does try to land it on a flat surface, but he's not so great at doing so, as one side of the bucket is just propped up on the side of someone's house. So it's like kind of tilted sideways. It looks really janky, but it's there.
So, in the time since I've seen him, I still have those two like robot items, and I've studied like their combustion ways, kind of written down all my notes, all my drawings of that. So I still have like the plans for him.
Yep.
But I can like just sell them to him.
Okay, that works. Okay.
I just wanted to say that above board, so I could be like, yeah, I want to do this
Gotcha.
in case.
All right. And you got it. So you go ahead and use. That's what you are selling. Has everyone else decided like what they're interested in buying or selling? Oh yeah, here we go.
Not really.
I mean, I have more stuff. That's just some stuff I know I've been wanting to sell to him for a while. Itself looks for what else?
If he has the adamantium scale mail, then I want to sell my light armor. Because I can beat it.
It's gonna be close.
Yeah, so if you wanted to get all of those items there, Sticks, you'd be paying 4,750 if you decide to buy every single one of those items as a bundle.
I have 4,655 gold, 10 platinum, 20 silver, and 1,000 gold. So, if I give him the platinum and all my gold, I'll have 5 gold left. I'm gonna do it.
All right, let's go. All right.
We love big cells.
Okay. Studded leather. So you go ahead and sell these.
Hey, what if I sell him the 10 pounds of marble back?
Oh my god. I mean, you could. I'm not gonna stop you from doing that.
I love that.
Alright, so that is your transaction there, Cassie, for the self-studded leather and buy the adamantine scale mail. Are you trying? So I know you're trying to sell the blueprints to the drones and the combustion system.
No. I'm trying to sell the drones.
Oh,
I'm
you're trying to sell
keeping
the
the blueprints.
drones. Ooh, are you selling both drones?
I think I got like 5 actually. I got 5 sentries.
Oh shit!
I think one of them was shit. One was different. I think one was like a remnant one, and then the others were like a combustion system.
Okay. So for each of those drones, they all cost the same amount. They sell for 900 apiece.
Wait, hold on. Put me on that ship. Let me speak to the man. Let
Yeah.
me. Okay, I need to hear sweet voice.
Oh, okay. Hold on, I gotta drink some water real quick.
Better put that map up. I need it. You know I do.
Welcome back, Calcia. How may I help you?
How are you doing, my friend?
I'm doing
I'll just
well.
shake his hand.
I wish you would stop sending me so many messages. And he, like, shakes your hand back.
Oh, you love it, you dirty dog.
Please, I can only get so erect. Anyways.
Above board, hashtag 2-inch gang.
Oh my god. How could I be of service to you?
Oh. Well, your glove works like a charm. No doubt, as always.
Good. I'm glad you didn't explode.
Yes, I was pleasantly surprised too. I have some interesting things I wanted to show you, and I'm gonna bring out the sentries for him.
I don't know how you got your hands on these, but I won't ask. I'll buy them back for 900 gold. Per drone, of course.
How about I will sell you 4, and I will give 1 as a gesture of faith to our friendship. Possibly you helping us out with buying some materials.
How kind of you. What kind of materials are you looking for?
I'm just gonna look to the rest of the group. They can do their buys.
Okay. So you get 3.6k gold here, Kelsey's here. And then, let's see, so Cassie made her purchase, Styx made their purchase, Drunk down, were you looking for something in particular?
I am far too drunk to understand what's going on.
Okay. Are you okay?
No. I have no idea what's happening. I have no idea. I feel hot. Have fun.
Okay. You are hot.
Ayo. All right. I mean, if you're starting to really feel it, we could wrap this up here probably like in about 10 minutes or so. So like we'll be ending. Like
I will
minutes
be
early.
present.
Yes.
That's all.
Okay. I think it would probably be a good idea to wrap up here in about like 10 minutes or so.
I figured we'd just do our shopping and then we'd just like head that way.
Yeah, exactly.
Yeah.
Like that's exactly where this is gonna go. Like we're gonna wrap up your shopping and then make your way there. And
The only thing mechanical Don wants is a rapier.
A rapier? Okay, you got it. If it's just a regular rapier.
Yep.
So
Okay. Regular rapier, that's gonna be 250 gold.
actually, Kelsier has talked to Tom because Kelsier remembers that other rapier with the necrotic damage, and like they talked about it. Like they've been talking. They've been so. If Tom will probably just give him the rapier because he's just gonna be getting a new one anyways. If that's cool.
Yeah, here, I'm just putting this note here for later. Hold on, specifically for Down, because I know he's gonna be like, fuck, I should have asked for this. So, looking for an amazing weapon, some great armor, and I want to ask for Shu if he needs oil. Shu does respond back to you, dear, and he says, "That's my favorite. I love oil."
Okay, I'll buy like 10 things of oil for Shu.
All right, 10 units of oil. So 10 units of oil, and you're looking for some great armor. Are you barbarian?
No, fighter.
Fighter? Okay, got you.
Fighter 5, food 1.
Ooh, are you interested in possibly buying some plate armor? Perhaps at +1?
Yeah, sure. +1.
Okay. And then you're looking for a weapon. Would you prefer a one-handed weapon, one weapon in each hand, a two-handed weapon?
One in each hand, because I'm going to sell my shield. How much do I get for a shield?
How much do you get for a shield? You get 10 gold back for a shield.
I'll take it.
Okay. Alright, and you're looking for... do you want 2 short swords, 2 daggers,
2 short swords, that sounds good.
2 short swords? Okay.
Just buy 2 shields.
Yeah, 2 shields. Hey, shield gang!
Just block up.
Yeah.
Smack.
Just block everything, shield bash to respond to attacks.
That's not bad.
That would be pretty dope. Alright. So 2 short swords. Would you like them at +1s?
Can I get him a +2?
No.
Okay, I'll take my +1 then.
Okay. So you get. So if you want to buy 2 short swords, 1 plate armor at +1, and 10 units of oil, that is going to cost you exactly 5,000 gold.
What? How much?
If you want to buy that whole entire bundle of 2 short swords +1, 1 plate armor +1, and 10 units of oil, that's going to cost you 5,000 gold.
Yeah. Okay, I'll do that.
Okay.
Cool. That would make
Sweet. All right.
oil, plate armor,
+1.
+1. Did I get it right? 2 short swords, 10 units of plate armor?
Yep.
Cool. Got it. Thank you.
You're welcome. All right. We'll get back to Down next session when he's a little bit more sober. Sticks, you already got yours. Tom. What does Tom want?
So, this is a great question.
To put it in frame of mind, with the 5,000 gold, we're pretty much limited to +1s. But you could get multiple +1s. So if you want to weapon up, armor up, maybe you want to spend 5,000 on one really cool item. That's up to you personally how you do it. But yeah, but you kind of need to come to this knowing what you want. Otherwise, it makes it much more difficult.
What was that rapier you were talking about in Band of Blade?
Rapier from Band of Blades.
It's like necrotic damage. I didn't know if it was like a just necrotic or if it was like a +1 too.
Oh, that thing. Okay. Yeah, that was something that existed. I think you're talking about the Rapier, which is
Is it?
It's not something that exists in this world, but
no alive, I think. No.
Everybody stop.
Boy.
I don't know what happened in the last 20 minutes. Stop it.
Oh.
We're just shopping. You're good.
Yeah, we're just shopping. It's all good.
I
We're gonna wrap up here
100%
soon.
was asleep, I think.
Oh shit.
Oh, hi.
To be fair, you've only been sleeping for 10 minutes. Because you have spoken to us. So.
Oh, good. Glad I know what happened.
We understood what you said too, so you're doing all
You
right.
wanted a break here, so that was what your shopping item was.
Cool. Good. Glad.
Oh god, dude.
I definitely blacked out and fell asleep, I think.
I love you, Dag. Please remember to drink some water after this.
Thank you. I probably won't. I'll probably drink Diet Sprite.
Alright, so long as it's something that's not alcohol, I respect it.
You know, I respect you, and, you know, I'm glad you were all here and playing with me. I'm very happy.
Aw. Yeah. Love having you around, Dag. You're really fun to play with.
Glad I could make everybody happy in between blackouts.
Please be careful. Alright.
It's okay. I have nowhere else to be.
That's true. You chillin', you vibing. It's a Sunday night.
It's a Sunday night.
Alright. Alright. Anyways, so, so you're still thinking about what you want to get then, is that correct, Tom?
So I'm thinking, maybe like some armor that I could like attune to,
Uh-huh.
like for some protection, and then like maybe a better rapier.
Okay, so you're looking for a better rapier and something to attune to. Are you thinking of armor you can attune to, or just something in general that you can attune to?
I'm thinking I want a better AC because mine's like at 15,
Better AC.
and that's with a ring of protection.
Okay.
Is it?
Hmm?
I was just saying, is it?
Yes, sir.
Okay. Fair enough.
All right. So let's go with. So in the shop they have a +1 rapier, and you're looking for something to increase your AC, something you can attune to. So they have one piece of armor in particular that does stand out to you. It looks like studded leather. However, this one in particular looks different. It has this strange teal glow in place of the studs, and it's all over this armor. You can see that the light even kind of like pierces through a little bit underneath the leather itself, and begins to make the seams glow as well. It's quite bright. It stands out quite a bit. Rock explains, now this here is something it's really more of a novelty according to Solitude, but I think that it has quite a bit of value. This armor here has +17 AC, although it puts you at disadvantage for stealth checks. However, what it does do is give you resistance to radiant and remnant damage.
So how much would that be with the rapier?
Well, with the rapier here, that will altogether, this was probably going to run you about 5,200 if you buy it together.
Okay.
I must also note there is an interesting property that comes with it. Would you like to see it? Well, actually,
I would love to.
You might want to shield your eyes for this one, just a little bit. And
Tom's just gonna kind of squint.
Okay. And as he starts to pull out some concentrated remnant from a little pouch and begins to kind of drizzle it on top of the front of the armor, as the studs themselves begin to glow extremely bright, like it fills the space of the shop and just like obscures your vision for a brief moment of time before the studs then begin to dull again to a normal glow. This should obscure the vision of anyone standing next to you within 15 feet.
Tom's gonna take it.
Excellent. Please note you must be facing them, so this will be a cone, a 15-foot cone.
Okay. Well, there goes all of my gold.
Funny how that works, huh?
Yeah.
It's like he can look at my character sheet.
I don't know what you're talking about.
Sweet.
I hope this helps.
Perfect. That's gonna be at the top.
Alright. And so that is that. As you've all finished up your shopping, if there's nothing else anyone has planned that they would like to do, then...
Kelsier, actually.
Ooh, yes.
Wanted to find some better armor?
Okay.
Rations. How much are rations?
Oh yeah, that's true, huh? That's a good point. Rations. Well, let's see here.
Because, like, I think... Also, I'm pretty sure Tom still wants to go to that woodworker.
I see you.
This is also a thing.
Of course. Well then, for the rations, these are 1 gold per piece. They also last roughly 1 year.
They say a year?
Yeah.
Yes, they last a year.
I will take 5, please.
There you go. That'll be 5 gold.
I'll take.
Cornucopia.
Well, what about a cornucopia?
I have the cornucopia, so we don't even need it. Now we're just set for life. If I buy 5 years worth.
No,
What's
it's
that?
not 5 years worth of rations. It's that each ration lasts for a year. It's basically an MRE.
No,
Like
it's
an
fine.
expiration date.
Wait,
Is that what
no,
you're saying, Percy?
I understood
No,
this.
no, it's for one meal.
Yeah, it's one meal, but it expires in a year. It's like this world's version of an MRE. Yeah.
Honestly, I can't even blame you. I thought the same thing.
One ration, but that ration feeds you enough for a year.
No. Yeah, no, it doesn't feed you for a year. Yeah.
Here.
I thought the same thing.
My cornucopia, if you click on my notes section, I wrote it in.
Okay.
Hey, fucking. I'll take 30 rations.
30 rations. Hey,
I'll take 30 rations.
Okay.
Got that cornucopia.
Yeah, there's only enough for 30.
No, it's up to 5 people.
No, for 5 people.
Oh, for water.
I need food.
Yeah.
Listen, all right.
Mhm.
You can worry about this, or you can trust me.
Okay. Oh, I guess that's true, huh? Yeah, because you could just like scavenge for food down there.
Well, I think also talking about water. But
That's
Fair
true.
enough. Yeah, I don't need enough.
Am a crocodile. And or
food wise, you are trusted.
I don't have stuff.
Who
I've got
knows?
berries,
Yeah.
and I've got meat.
Should have berries. All berries.
I didn't sell my berries.
You know?
No.
That's all my berries.
Because I was given 5,000 gold, and my armor was only 4,000, so I actually gained 1,000 gold. So I just sold my light armor just to have it out of my inventory.
But is there any better armor for Kelsier?
There is. Let's see. So you are a artificer, if I'm not mistaken.
You sound-
Artificer armor subclass.
Ah, interesting. So do you? So Rock looks at your sword and he sees the attachment on it. He says, "Ah, I see. Are you perhaps interested in partaking in another one of these?" And he like from underneath like the front desk, he pulls out another remnant applicator.
Percy, do you think there's any way I could like put that on like the hex blade?
You absolutely could.
Like how big is it?
It's like it's probably about the size of a hockey puck.
Hot damn.
Can I ask him if he can like reduce the size?
I suppose I could, but that would cost extra. We do have some in smaller sizes with the more recent models.
How much would that be, my dear friend?
Well, with the reduced size, that would cost you about 6,000 gold. If
Do you have
wanted
anything
another
new for me to try out?
New for you to try out. Ah, I see. Are you looking for something else in the remnant applicator line? We're starting to get into military territory.
What do you got for me, Tom? What are you thinking?
Ah. Oh, I have the treat for you. And he pulls out another remnant applicator. This one is actually quite small. It's actually
Okay.
about like have you ever seen like those dollar coins?
Yeah.
Yeah.
Yeah. It's about that size. And inside of it, you can see that there are inner working parts with a faint glow of teal behind them. It's like cogs kind of like ticking away, as well as like several circular pieces that line around the outside that continually spin around. It almost looks like a pocket watch, except the only difference is that it doesn't tell time. There's no way of telling time on it. Instead, you can just see that there's this swirl of teal moving around on the inside.
My friend, what is this?
Well, you see this one here is a remnant applicator. It's a one application only. It can be placed on a weapon or a piece of armor, or even placed on accessory so long as it has the surface area for it. If it is on armor or an accessory, it will give you +3 AC, as well as give you resistance to any remnant source damage. For example, if someone with a solitude rifle were to shoot at you, you would take half damage.
So how long would this last if I put it on a piece of armor?
You said it had what?
Indefinitely. It just means you can't remove it and put it on something else.
What is this another? You need to see if it'll work, or what's up?
Oh no. This one is actually tried and tested. This one is actually safe. This one
How
is
much?
Solitude approved.
How much, bud?
Well, you didn't even let me explain what it does on weapons.
Okay.
On weapons, it gives +1. In addition, it gives 2d6 radiant damage. Sorry. Remnant damage on top of it. In addition, if you roll a 20, half of that damage you will receive as temporary HP. Please note this does not stack.
Alright, Rock. What are you trying to do me for?
That will cost you about 10,000 gold.
Hot damn.
We'll think about it. What about armor suits?
Armor suits.
Better than what I got right now.
Well, let's see. Oh, by the way, Sticks, it's a +2, not +3. Oh, wait, no. Oh, +3 AC is what you're talking about. Yes, it is +3 AC on a piece of armor. You're looking for suits of armor. Well, if you're looking for something more formidable than this Remnant Applicator, you're not going to find it, unfortunately. This is about the best I can offer you.
So who are you talking to right now?
I'm talking to you, Kelsey.
So nothing like armor-wise?
No, other than the Remnant Applicator, that's about as good as I have. I mean, I have other pieces here, but they're inferior in comparison. We do have some adamantine scale mail here. I have about one more set if you are interested in purchasing it. And I'm not sure what your AC is currently, but it would prevent you from taking critical damage.
What kind of AC would I get with that?
With scale mail, let me double check here. Oh no, I closed it. Okay. Dun, 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 dun. Why can't I find it? Ah. Does anyone remember off the top of their head by any chance?
AC 14 medium armor.
Okay, AC 14 medium armor. Alright. So that means that with base of 10 AC, then so then that means that while you're wearing it, you're at 14 AC, and then you add Dex, and then proficiency, depending on if you're proficient with that type of armor. I believe scale mail is medium.
Which means you can add it up to a total of +2. of your dex, which would give you a 16 AC with your ring a 17. Now, can you add the remnant applicator to the adamantium scale mail?
You absolutely can.
So that means you would have a +3 suit of armor that makes you immune to crits. That make it 17, but then you could add 2 of your dex, which would make it 19. With your ring of protection, you'd have 20 AC, bro, for 14k gold.
AC.
And you'd be immune to crits. That's about as good as you're gonna get. Like,
That's pretty bad.
So first, let me ask
good
you.
luck finding better in the rest of the campaign.
Let me ask you a question.
The ring of protection already have the +1. Let me take it off. Oh, it did. Okay. So I'm at 15 right now. And then, because my adamantium scale is 14, plus the ring of protection adds 1, 15. And so you're adding another +5 because of the...
Oh, no. This isn't for you. This is for Kelsier.
Oh, sorry.
Yeah.
So let me...
You might add 2 for your dex, Cassie, if you have enough dex.
Okay.
Let me ask this. Could I... Because for, let's say, like Guardian armor, that's what it's going to turn into. For Thunder Gauntlets, do I still get that hit because technically it's on the armor? Do I still get that Remnant Applicator buff?
Yes, you still get the Remnant Applicator buff. Okay. So you have some options.
I think that's how much would it be if I traded in this heavy armor?
If you traded in the heavy armor?
Traded in the heavy armor to him.
Is it the heavy armor you crafted, or is this heavy armor that you purchased?
I believe we found this heavy armor, and I just like...
Okay.
Because it kind of like contorts to whatever.
Oh, it contorts to like whoever is wearing it?
Well, for armor.
Oh, okay, so that's only because of you then that it contorts. Yeah. Okay, gotcha. That one's 200 gold.
Okay. 200 gold for selling it back?
Yep, 200 gold for selling it back.
So how much would the remnant applicator and the adamantium?
That will go for 14k.
Both of them?
Yep, both of them together is going to cost you 14k.
Oh, yeah, let's do it.
Alright, let's go. Please note, if you try to hand it over to somebody else, or if you plan to hand it over to somebody else, just make sure that they are also remnant touched, or they will be cooked like a roast.
Sounds good, Rock.
Alright.
You got anything I need to try out or anything like that? It's kind of fun.
Oh, that's weird. It says the dex is
Oh,
on.
I've got it right here.
Mm-hmm.
Copy. This is why I put stuff in Discord.
Hey, we love that. Cell chain loan.
Never draw that.
Okay.
20 gold.
Ooh, and Great Sword of the Life Tree. That's right. You guys do have a lot of healing solutions. It's awesome.
So when we got the Great Sword of Life Tree, I wrote the notes down in Discord. That's why I like to write the notes of stuff we get in case we forget later on or whatever. And that's the notes I had wrote down from Discord.
Sweet. That's a good idea. Alright. And so you have that.
Change that to +1.
So, does Rock have anything that he needs tested? Or not particularly?
Not particularly at this time, but if I'm looking for a guinea pig, I know who to find.
I'll kind of lightly clap him on the shoulder. Be like, good man.
I don't know why you search for death so often.
You know you like having your own little giggy that you can summon.
I guess whatever you're into. Oh, that reminds me. I forgot I have a gift for you. And he gives you a wrapped book. It's blank, and he just like hands it over to you.
Oh, my dear friend, you shouldn't. I'm gonna like grab him like gently by his face and just like kiss his cheek.
Oh, damn. Goodbye now. Please leave my shop. He like hides behind the the front desk.
Till next time, my friend.
Yeah, I like that you do.
All right, and there you go. So with your newfound equipment, and after a little bit of thievery from a place of worship, and
Gotta love it.
newfound information in this strange land, heavily warped in time, you all set out on your next adventure. What will happen next? Find out in session 7 of Unchained. Alright. And that session, guys.
Hey.
Hey.
So